Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Welcome back to Miss Fins. Thank you so much for joining me. Please go ahead and do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you so much on your way in. I really do appreciate it. Also, let me know. Can you hear me, guys? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Go ahead and let me know. Hey, Laquan, how you doing? Hey, Rasta, Alex. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. Thank you, guys. King Mill, I see you. Color. Thank you so much. If you can do me a favor, let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Because I want to make sure that we can go ahead and get this started properly. But let me know if you can hear me. Hey Mark. Hey Steve, how you guys doing? This is my what do you call it? My technically my second live stream, but we'll go into it. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Loud and clear. Perfect, Rasa. Thank you, Steve. Awesome. Well, whoa, 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 whoa. Mark, thank you so much for coming in again. Welcome back to Miss Fins. Thank you for all of you guys joining me. We have a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, you know, we're gonna have to go ahead and really discuss this because I almost blew up. And as you can see from the title, it's a lot has happened. A lot has happened. Hey Roadrunner, hey Tyler, welcome in. Hey Mark, thank you guys for coming. If you could do me a favor, go ahead and hit the like button so that way we can help out the YouTube algorithm. Let them know that we are streaming live. So thank you so much, guys. This is just amazing. Don't you guys think so? Right now, we're just going to give it another minute, real quick. And we're live. Welcome to my second live stream, even though technically my first one was completely muted and I didn't know till the end. So, but you guys helped me out. So now we're here. It's Miss Vince. And ladies and gentlemen, we again have a lot to talk about. What do I mean by that? So today, about an hour and change. We actually went ahead and got some news. We actually get an update. We've been waiting for a long time. We've been waiting for over a year, and we've been waiting definitely this entire week. What's gonna go and happen with Deshaun Watson? And we've been speculating. You guys have heard it. You've heard he's going to Miami. He's going to the Saints. He's going to the Cardinals. Oh, the Browns are in it. Oh, what other team did they say? I mean, you guys know. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comment. All these other teams that they mentioned. And right now, let's be honest. I was shocked, people. The Browns. Out of all the teams he could have picked, the Browns. I mean, I would have been okay with him picking uh, uh the Atlanta, because at least it's Atlanta. But he picked the Browns? The Browns. The Browns. I don't know if you heard me, but I'm just going to say it one more time. The Browns. He picked the Browns. I could not believe it. There was no chance for me to think that they were actually going to pick the Browns. And at the end of the day, I'm totally shocked. What are we doing, Greer? And then when you take a look at it, I mean, from what they're saying, it only cost three first, three first. So they got what they got Watson for three first, a fifth, no three first, a third, and a fourth. People, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because at the end of the day, we were offering three first, 2 seconds, and a player. So what is wrong with our team that even Deshaun Watson literally changed his mind and did not want to come here anymore? This is crazy. And right now, Tyler, I agree with you. Guess what? We have no chance at competing with this team. And I know you put especially with Tua, but some would say that we have some chance. But right now, honestly, I don't know what we're doing. This makes zero sense. The Miami Dolphins right now are absolutely the laughing stock of the league. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. We'll get to the positives later, but come on guys, what is Greer doing? Right now, this entire he supposedly came and said, we're going to be aggressive in free agency. What have we done in free agency? Signed our same players, people. That's what we did. We signed our same players, which, don't get me wrong, I'm extremely happy we got Ogba back. Ogba, we got Gasicki. You guys already know I love Gasicki. That's my man. But we've done nothing else. This literally seems like the exact same team. And I'm just like, why are we running it back? I mean, granted, I know we were one game away from getting into the playoffs, but in reality, what are we doing? We really haven't gotten anything in free agency. And at this point, it's just like, this makes no sense. And then on top of that, to know that they got Watson for less than what we were offering? What is wrong with our team that he didn't even want it? I mean, this is just ridiculous. And Alex, I know what you're saying, for us to be patient. I get it. We got to be patient, trust the process. But how many times are we going to trust the process, Alex? We've been saying this now for 30 years. This is horrible. And you know what? At the end of the day, I don't get it. Greer makes absolutely no sense. Why? Because he right now is making zero moves. We know this. And with the making no moves, he's also missing out on some key players. I mean, we talked about earlier um Lyle Collins. Apparently, they were asking for, I don't know, a third, if I'm not mistaken. You guys put in the comment. What were they asking for Lyle? I have no idea. I think it was like a third round pick or a second round pick, if I'm not mistaken, a high pick. I think it was the 100th and something. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Help me out, guys. But what happened? Because if all we needed to do to get Lyle was give one draft pick, why aren't we doing it? I get it. Fine. He gets a lot of penalties, but that cannot be the only reason why we don't get him. Because if that's the case, guess what? We actually got how many what is it, four or five lineman coaches now? And you think they're not able to go ahead and help them out? Come on, please, discipline people. And this is just frustrating. It Alex, I know what you're saying, that he had a drug problem. That was the incorrect person. It was not him, according to what I saw. Hey, Isaac. Oh, I saw you just joined. Thank you so much for coming through. I really do appreciate the support, guys. If you could do me a favor on your way in, hit the like button, because we have to let it out. We have to let it out. And at this point, it's just so much. It's so much. And you know, I'm just befuddled because this team does not want to get better. At least it seems like it doesn't want to get better. Think about it this way, people. Do we deserve to be good? That's the real question. Do we, as a franchise, deserve to be good? Because we keep getting opportunity upon opportunity upon opportunity to get better, to get quality players. And guess what we're doing? Exactly nothing. We're doing nothing. And that's the issue. Greer is out here hoarding all these draft picks. For what? Because the only draft pick I've seen in the last 5 years that have actually been good was last year's. That's it. Everything else was all right. So what is he doing? He's wasting all of these draft picks for what? For us not to develop them and then to go ahead and send them off to another team. This is frustrating. And it's kind of a slap in the face that out of all those, I mean, we literally, it's just like if we were in a race. You guys, I'm sure you guys, if you're from down here, you know what Gulfstream is. Gulfstream Park. They do all the horse races and things like that, right? Shout out if you've been to a race or anything like that. You see all the horses line up, and you see everybody once they shoot it, they all go, right? It's like for us when it came to Deshaun, we were 100 feet ahead of everybody else. That was our starting line. He wanted to come here, people. He actually wanted to come here. What superstar wants to come here? What superstar? He actually wanted to come here. We're first in line. And all we had to do was have a little faith, a little understanding that, hey, I know I have all these allegations, but they're allegations, innocent until proven guilty. And right now, guess what happened? He got cleared and he chose the Browns. And then on top of that, Greer shuts the door 6 days before he gets cleared. I don't understand what is up with this man because it feels like right now the Dolphins. Let me tell you, I don't know if you guys have seen this movie, Major League. If you've seen the movie Major League, go ahead and put it in the comments. Hey, Cat for Life, how you doing? Nice to see you, sir. Put it in the comment section. I will say this, guys. This is my first live, but I do want to go ahead and let you guys know. Please keep it cordial. We want to go ahead. Children, do watch our videos. I have little siblings, I want to be able to go ahead and keep it clean for everybody. So I don't mind you guys going back and forth, but please keep it cordial, keep it respectful, because at the end of the day, we are all fans and I want to make sure that we keep it cordial. Okay. So please just keep it cordial, and I know I'm not singling out anybody in particular, but I just want you guys to be able to enjoy yourself, enjoy the chat, because I know the chat goes crazy. Hey, we all do it in the morning, right? With Clock Blockers and all these other shows that we're on, TD, all of them. Shout out to Clock Blockers, Miami's #1 fan show, and Stephen D over there doing great things. And also shout out to TD. I do his show. Oh, well, I do my live show typically Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. But obviously he's traveling, so we couldn't do this week. But guys, I mean, back to it. Just again, keep it cordial, but you guys go at it. I have no problem at all if you do. Right now, it's 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 like the Miami Dolphins are Major League in that movie. If you see that movie, it starts Charlie Sheen, and it starts Wesley Snipes and a lot of other actors. And in this movie, oh, Rene Rousseau is also in that movie. Great movie. Essentially, the owner of the team is making sure that she gets every possible, spoiler alert, every possible worst player, former player, hurt player to come play because they want to go ahead and tank so she can move the team to Miami, actually, which is funny. Guess what? That's how I feel like we're doing. It's like Greer is purposely getting everybody that we don't want, and it's just so frustrating. Wait, okay, Alex. So you're saying, let's see here. You're saying right now we are not the laughing stock just because we didn't sign a big name. Come on. And you know what? I understand where you're coming from, Alex. I absolutely understand where you're coming from, but I need you to understand this too. The issue is that it's not once. This has been continuous for so many years that we've done the same thing, not either not sign a player or keep a player and things like that. And it's just frustrating because at the end of the day, guys, we love our team. It's all about the Dolphins. You know what I mean? And that's just how that's the part that's frustrating. That's all. It's just the part that's frustrating. So, at the end of the day, we want to be able to go ahead and win. So, let's really get into this. Right now with free agency, we had the most cap space. We had so much money. We had all these players that we were able to go ahead and take a look at, but we didn't do it. And the thing is that right now, all we have done is just get our own old players, which I'm okay with that. But you guys tell me, what players do you want to see here? Because that's really what we want. What players do we want to see here in this team that are left? And I'm not talking about the draft. Forget the draft. I'm still talking about free agency. Who else can we get? Because at this point, it looks like all of the big players are leaving, or they're not even wanting to come here. And that's the sad part. But at the end of the day, guys, look, this is the Dolphins. We're gonna be fine. The thing is that Ross definitely knows how to cover his job. Let's just put it that way. But it's gonna be interesting. We right now. Oh man, Steve, I'm with you. Collins and Treader. This is the thing is, I want Treader, so I'm with you in getting Treader. And even Collins, I'm up for getting Collins, but it looks like Greer doesn't even want to pay the one draft pick to get him. And right now, we need to go ahead and get key players. So let me tell you which are the key players that I want. These are the only two positions that I want here. One, I want either a veteran center or a veteran tackle in the O line. And if we're not, it looks like right now we're not getting a QB, so I'm off that game. But those are the two positions. I want either a veteran. Wait, Alex, you said Collins got released? Did that just happen? You breaking it live? Okay, well, hey, guess what? I'll take it. But even though he got released, regardless, between Collins or Treader, I want either a veteran center or a veteran tackle. Why? Because we really are going all in with Tua. And guess what? It's Tua time, people. There you go. I said it. I said it. It's Tua time. We gotta go full steam. Tua ahead. And right now, Bo Leg. I love you. Love the name, sir. Or ma'am. I don't really know. I'm not gonna, suggest, but I love the name. Yes, Bo Leg. Collins got released last night. Thank you so much for the update, gentlemen. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It looks like wow. He looks like wait. So Collins actually met with Cincy today, but they didn't reach it. I thought that was a rumor. I thought that Collins, they were still going at it. I didn't know that he actually left with no deal, but that's interesting. That that leaves a door open. But if I'm not mistaken, you guys correct me in the comment section. Did weren't we asked to go ahead and put in one draft pick? Wasn't it 129th? If I'm not mistaken, that's our next draft, right? I think that's what it was, but at the end of the day, we have to see. You know what I mean? Now, I see you, Steve, and I get it. Getting a wide receiver would be great. Right now, Tua is gonna need everything around him. And Juju was out there, and I just saw earlier today that he decided to go to Kansas City. And guess what? I'm happy for him. He's a great player. I loved him on the Steelers, but now he's gone, not an option. So, what are the other options, Steve, and everybody else in the comment section? Go ahead and tell me what are your top five wide receivers you want to go ahead and see? Because at this point, I'm not seeing, what other major ones. Now, granted, I know that the draft actually has a lot of deep wide receivers, so I'm excited about that. But at this point, if it's not, I need a tackle. I need a veteran tackle, people. Let me tell you why I need a veteran tackle. Because Tua needs that leadership in the actual trenches. You build from the trenches out. Right now, we got a lot of outside players, but we need inside players. And anybody out there, Shabbat Shalom, if you're a tribe. But yes, listen. At the end of the day, we need a tackle. I would prefer a tackle or a center. Hopefully both, but we can't be with these middle of the road guys, and that's the issue. The issue is the middle of the road guys. And right now, look, Collins and Bowleg, I agree with you. I think that right now, Deshaun Watson really was holding up free agency. Talk about a what do you call it? A traffic stop, a speed bump. Or a traffic jam in this case. He really stopped all of free agency because everybody was holding their breath. Everybody wants to know. All those big tackles and linemen wanted to know, okay, where is Watson going so I can make my decision. And guess what? The Browns, people, the Browns. I'm still shocked. I mean, I flipped my phone and my everything I had. I was astonished. You could see in my YouTube video and also on Twitter when I tweeted it out. I was shocked, people. And right now, yes, we have to see what Toronto is gonna do. What is Collins gonna do? You know what I mean? And at this point, that is what we're looking for. Hey, Malik, thank you for joining the show. I really do appreciate it. Um, Definitely hit the like button, guys, on your way in. Definitely want to go ahead and get this party sent out because we want to discuss this. I want to go back and forth with you guys. Right now, it is my second live stream because my first one Honestly, I didn't know what to do, so I'm still figuring it out. But we're gonna be doing a lot more live streams with this team because at the end of the day, it's all about again the Dolphins. And listen, um, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Now, Malik, you mentioned here, I really don't know this AFC is stacked. What do you mean by that, Malik? Because I want to make sure that, I understand where you're coming from. Do you mean that it is stacked, or you don't know why it's stacked, or why we're not as stacked as the AFC? Because that is going to be rough. You know what I mean? And right now, yeah, that's going to be very interesting, well, at the end of the day, we want to be able to go ahead and get people here. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this link, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the comment section. Let's go ahead and bring a couple of you guys in. Let's talk about it because it's a little bit rough, and at this point we're gonna need to discuss this. So I want to hear from you guys too. Cap, if you guys want to come on, go ahead and do so. Let me know. I'm still working on how to figuring this out. So work with me. All the teams in the AFC have improved. I agree. Malik, I absolutely agree. These teams have gotten stacked. And I mean stacked. And the thing is, there's only 7 spots in the playoffs. Only 7 spots. So with that being said, how are we supposed to go ahead and really make these people happen? So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And how are we supposed to compare? And how are we supposed to compete with everybody? That's the part that's frustrating. So, well, anyways, I got a mosquito and it's really annoying me. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see here. So I dropped the link. To be quite honest with you guys, let me see here. Group layout. Oh, okay. So I think I invited you guys. Messenger, email. Da da da. Okay, okay. Okay, got it. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure if I can bring people on, but hey, it's okay. We're gonna discuss this and we're gonna get better at this. I still gotta figure this out. So, but I appreciate you guys still coming on here. So we're just gonna interact right now on the chat. So right now, let's see here. Malik, you said, "Can you help me, Miss Fins? I have been a Dolphins fan since 1982. Oh my God, I wasn't even born. It's really getting frustrating, Malik. I think you and every Dolphin has gotten upset. If I'm not mistaken, that's well over 30 years. That's what, 40 years now? 40 years? My God, you've been a Dolphins fan for 40 years? Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I get it. Malik, it's very frustrating. And the reason why it's frustrating at the end of the day is because we're not seeing any progression. Hey Cap, how you doing? Hold on, let me see if I can figure this out real quick. Let me press shift and two. So oh, am I doing this right? Hey, it's a live and learn, people. Thank you so much for at the stream. Cap, can you hear me, Cap?
You're doing good, kid. You're doing good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh man, yeah, this is just crazy. What do you think right now, with everything that's happened so far, man?
Yeah, I mean, the divide is over pretty much. We can just start getting back to normality and start criticizing the team in a normal way now. Like, all the stuff that's happened now. I mean, it is what it is. Now we move forward, but it goes to show you right now there's no room for error. I mean, with the amount of these quarterbacks out in the AFC right now is what amount like you got 7 at least, and that right there is all the playoff spots in that and in the AFC. So I mean,
For real.
there's no room for error, and I just don't want us to get into a situation where it's a do or die game, week 17, and the same scenario goes for Cleveland because it's going to be a very very interesting season.
I agree. And you know what? Thank you for pointing that out, honestly. Now, at least the one good thing that we get out of, Watson picking a team is that we can move on. You know what I mean? I feel like we got closure. But, we're able to go ahead and just move on from Watson. It's over, people. We're going full steam ahead with Tua. Fine, it is what it is. But, it's just still frustrating. And I feel like we just all needed to get out. Like, I feel like today's the one day we can all complain about it and then just move on. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy. At this point, how are we going to get to the top 7 of this conference if there's at least 8 playoff guaranteed playoff teams at this point? And that's the issue. That's the problem. You know what I mean? I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
understand.
it
Go
was
ahead.
what Baltimore didn't get in, and who else didn't get in? The Colts. And
And Chargers.
yeah, like come on, like we cannot have any room for error moving forward. And let's just be real. What is it that we have as far as hope? What are we looking forward to as far as with this team development on all sides of 53? It's just like it feels like a rebuild, but I wish at times we were just reloading. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. It does feel like a rebuild. We were told it's not a rebuild, and yet it feels like a rebuild. It acts like a rebuild. It talks like a rebuild, and it looks like a rebuild. So
You know
at
what I
this
mean?
point, like, we get a brand new coach, brand new staff. Fine. I'm the only thing I see in this what do you call it, free agency, or in this team so far in this new league year, the only thing we've upgraded was our coaching staff. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we've just gotten the same players we had before, maybe a couple, two running backs, and that's it. Everything else has literally been just our coaching staff. And even with that was like, what, four people, five people at most. This is this is starting to be very frustrating, because at the end of the day, we love the Dolphins. We want the Dolphins to succeed, but it's so hard to continue to root for them. You know what I mean? And Ronnie, welcome to the party here. What'd you miss? Honestly, we've just been talking about how upsetting it is about everything we've seen with the Dolphins, especially with everything that happened. And how, Cap, can you believe that we were gonna overpay for Watson? All we had to do was
What
maybe
what
give
are,
him
what
even
did it end
more.
up being? Nobody knows yet. Like what was the compensation? Is it official?
So yeah, it actually ended up being, they got what, three first, a third rounder, and a fourth rounder, and then the Browns got Deshaun and a fifth round pick. So essentially, the fourth and the fifth they just swapped. So they really just got him for three first and a third, if you really look at it. And then they only gave him about $12 million more a year, essentially. So,
So they pretty much got the Sam. What was it? The Matthew Stafford deal.
oh my God. And I think this feels like it's cheaper than the Matthew Stafford deal, if we're being honest. I mean,
Yeah.
minus what? It was one first round pick difference. That's it. That's what I'm seeing. It's one first round pick difference, and they still ended up giving him more money. And you're telling me, with all this cap space and all of this, what do you call it? All this money and all these draft picks, we couldn't have afforded him? Like, that's just ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah. I just really hope right now, like I said, we move forward. But I mean, the precedent that was set against this organization to get an elite quarterback, I just hope that things work out in our favor and Cleveland ends up not even getting close to what they're doing right now. Like we all hate Watson right now. Like it's starting to, you know, things are getting back
Yeah.
to normal. But I just hope it doesn't come back to haunt us. I really don't. I hope we take care of business this year. And if it is a rebuild, so be it. I just, you know, we got to get better as far as a franchise because right now we're pretty much being laughed at right now.
I agree. And that's the sad part, because at the end of the day, this is a legendary team. You know what I mean? Like, this team is a legendary team. We don't deserve to be looked at this way. We honestly, I mean, do you know how many teams actually have won two or more Super Bowls? Less than half of the league. Less than half of the league. Less than a quarter of the league has won more multiple Super Bowls. We're one of those. And it's so frustrating because we're such a legendary team, and it's like, what's going on? I mean, look at this. Drive on with Tua. Steve, I'm with you. We're going to have to drive on with Tua, and this is his last chance. So, what do you think, Cap, real quick? Be honest with me. What do you think right now? What do you project as far as what Tua needs to do to be able to go ahead and make it his team?
Man, just take control of it. You know what I mean? Like, we saw examples of it last season where, he didn't like what he saw in the O line and, he chewed a couple of guys out. And that's something that we need from him. Like, let this be known that this team finally belongs to you. No questions asked. Like, everything that's been done is finally over. Like, you need to show people that this was not all for nothing. You know what I mean? And eliminate the mistakes. Like, we all know that. Like, if it's in your head, get it out of your head. Just, you're doing what you need to do to get back in shape. We all see that, everything's in real life in real time. Like, you can't hide from it. And just got to take advantage of the moment right now, because if not, it's just going to get worse. And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, the kid doesn't deserve it. I get that. He really doesn't, but it comes with the territory.
I agree. And you know what? Rasta is so funny. He's putting out the laughing, the white flag. Rasta is a white flag for us Dolphins or for Tua, because at this point it feels like it's the same, you know? But it's true. He needs to take the bull by the horn. Tua needs to take the bull by the horn. He needs to make this his team. He needs to show the world that I am the man and I'm the one that can actually go ahead and make this happen. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Because if we can't get um a talent in here, we're not going to be able to go ahead and make this happen. And that's the problem.
Yeah. I
I
mean, you
feel
can
like we're
disguise it.
stuck.
You can disguise it as a good deal and a bargain deal with all these guys coming in. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can only be so optimistic without realizing that we didn't really get where we were supposed to be in free agency. So let's try to compensate in the draft and see what happens. But we just gotta expect for the, hope for the best, expect for the worst type of deal. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree. And look, well, we have King Mill. Hey, King Mill, can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah, I can hear you. What's going
How
on?
you
How you
doing?
doing, Miss
Welcome to
Vince?
the party. Hey, John. I see you down
Man,
in the comment section. How you guys
Cat for
doing?
life. What's
Oh my
good, Cat? What's good, Miss Vince?
I
This
haven't seen you in a minute, fam. How you been, brother?
man, I'm super, super depressed right now.
God. Talk
Like
to
this
me.
is
Talk to us.
crazy to me.
Yeah,
Drew
man. But
Brees,
what can we
Deshaun
do, man?
Watson. We don't. We gotta. I'm sorry. I'm just at a loss of words, but it's like we gotta. I don't know, man. I'm not buying no merchandise this year. I'm sorry. Nothing. What's going on?
I mean,
I
yeah, man.
can't
Just
do
look.
it, Cat. I can't do it,
Want to know
Cat.
how you
Miss Vince,
feel,
I
man?
can't do it.
Feel season is going to be something watching. I mean, do we give hope to the kid and make sure that he turns it around?
But we see the limits though on that cat. Like we could wish for the world for him. If he don't have the arm or the ability to read the
Look,
defense, we wishing for nothing basically.
We can hear you, Cap. Can you hear us? Cap, can you hear us?
Cap, you there?
Cap, you there? I think he's there. He just needs to. Hey, Kim Mill. Oh, nice to finally see your face. Awesome.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah,
Nah, I just put my
listen.
camera off for a second.
yeah,
But
Cap,
talk
how
to
you
me
feeling though,
about
Cap?
what's
you
going
can
on.
tell he feel. You can tell. Hey, you can tell Kingman feeling some type of way right now, man. He usually is low key.
Talk to
Yeah,
me,
I'm
man. Tell
chilling.
me your frustration. What's going on here right now?
Drew Brees, Deshaun Watson. Those names gonna haunt Miami forever. Forever.
My God.
Oh man, I'm
And we
not.
had him at the doorstep, guys.
We had and the
We had
crazy.
him, my man was coming here raining on us, and we had him, and we literally just said no.
Miss Spence and Cap, we had him before Friday, before all his stuff came out. We had him. We had
Oh
him.
my God. We had all Greer had to do was keep his mouth closed.
I think that turned Deshaun Watson off too once he heard that Grizz
Once
said the
he
door
heard
was
that,
shut.
and then you saw the narrative of everybody pushing. Oh, uh, it's over in Miami. It's like, no, guys. He said, I think. He didn't say it's over. He said, I think. You know what I mean? But no, the minute they split it, it's like, oh, well, Miami doesn't want me. I don't want to be here either. And that's just ridiculous. All he
Yeah,
had to do was
I'm
just
just
So
stop
Miss
I'm
playing.
Fan,
shocked. I'm shocked by what you guys were talking about. How he manipulated everything, just stopping in free agency. Like that's how powerful of an impact one person is to like everything just pause. You
But
know what I
Cap,
mean? With
have you
all
seen this
these,
before? Have you ever seen any player literally stop free agency?
I mean Peyton Manning, but that was kind of
Tom
like
Brady, so
out the door
Tom
type of
Brady.
deal.
Tom Brady, no, not as much because Trump. If you look at Tom Brady, when he left, it was right away when he actually decided. It didn't take that long for him
Yeah,
to
you're right. You're
to
right,
to
Miss
go
Fans.
ahead and go over. But for Deshaun, I mean, it's been a while, and you're seeing all these top players, all these top tackles, literally not moving just because they want to make sure. Oh, well, I want to see where Deshaun goes. I mean, Tehran is still out there. Collins is still out there. What's
So can I ask
happening
y'all
with
a
them?
question?
Go
Can
ahead.
I ask both of y'all a question?
Go ahead.
Miss Fans and Cap for Life, from the people that we signed now, is this team better besides the little bit of pieces that we picked on the O line?
We
Cap, you
gotta
want to
hope.
take this one first?
We gotta hope. Yeah, I want
See,
to
Cap,
hope that.
see, that's the first thing, Cap. The first word you said that I'm tired of hearing. I'm not saying that like negative about you, but I'm tired of hearing the
I
word
know,
hope.
right?
I'm
Oh
tired
my
of the word
God.
hope. I'm tired of wishing. I'm tired of. I'm just tired of a lot of things that come with this team, and hope and wishing is one of them. Well, both of
It is.
Yeah.
That's it's the hope fins is what it is. The hope fins.
them. Ooh,
The Miami Hope Fins is at this
that's
point.
dope.
Hey,
I
hey,
like that. I
Green.
like that.
Yeah, Green Ray, welcome to the party, sir. John Priska, welcome too. I dropped the link if you guys want to join too. We're just getting it out. I feel like we need this therapy session. You know what I mean? I know it's Friday. We got Spread Kindness Friday this morning with Steven, but we need to let this out because this is frustrating. And if you look at it, to answer your question, King Mail, did this team
Mhm.
get better than last year? And the answer to is this team is the same team that it was last year. All we did
Agreed.
was lose one player in Hollins. We've cut nobody, and we added Mercer. And I'm talking about the players that I actually like from what we did: Chase Edmond
Hmm.
and Teddy Bridgewater.
Back up,
That's it.
back up, back up,
Those three. I would
back
say
up, back up.
the most exciting part was Teddy Bridgewater. Why? Because I'm in the full effect of Tua needs to be challenged. He was given the opportunity to be starting quarterback in Alabama. He's always played in all the top schools, you know what I mean, as QB. He needs to be challenged, and I feel like Teddy is definitely gonna be able to go ahead and challenge him for sure. And that is what I like about that. Having Tenny is going to challenge Tua better. So, Kimo, my question to you is what do you like about having Teddy?
Um, honestly, Miss Fans, I think Teddy and Tua are the same quarterback, but Teddy is a little bit more experienced. I feel they both with the dink and dunking. I don't know who has the stronger arm. I rarely watch Teddy like that, but I know who Teddy Bridgewater is, but
Hmm.
it's just I don't know. It's like we trading. It's like the same person to me. I
Yeah,
don't
for
know.
real.
Do you
And you
see
know
it? Do you
what?
see a difference though?
To me, so I have to agree with you. Uh, right now, I feel like Teddy and Tua are very similar type of players, similar type of numbers. I will tell you this though, where I think that I give Teddy the experience is what is makes the difference. The fact that he has so many experience being a starting quarterback is what I really like about getting him because I feel like if for any reason, and it should only be because of injury, Teddy's in the game, I feel like he can win us the game versus actually having to rely on Brisket, who literally didn't win us not one game. So that's one thing I really like about it. But I'll tell you this, Teddy takes deep shots. He
True.
really takes deep shots. And I think that's going to cause a riffraff. in the locker room. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I mean, look at this. I agree. Flip side fishing. I have. He said I have, or she. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of these therapy sessions this season. Hello, Miss Vince. Hey, flip
Flip
side.
side, you absolutely right. Flip side, you're right.
I
Flip
mean,
side, definitely.
we're gonna have to be here for each other. This community is gonna have to get stronger because at the end of the day, we're gonna need each other to really not jump off the ledge. And you know what? I agree with you, Steve. Look at this. And freaking Steve Jesse Davis is still on the team. I can't believe it either. How is it that the only player we actually lost was Matt Cullen, who was actually a really good player? And right now,
Yeah,
we have Jesse Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Davis is still part of the Miami Dolphins. Tell me why. Please tell me why.
I
And
have
right
no
now
idea.
we haven't added anything really to make a huge splash. We haven't had anything to really make a splash. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4 apps. What's up? We're ready for Teddy. You see
Yeah,
this?
I like 1, 2, 3 apps. What up, 1, 2, 3 apps? I listen to him on
Hey.
Steven show all the time. What's up, one,
Oh
two, three
yeah,
apps?
1, 2, 3 S is awesome. Hey, I dropped the link. If you guys want to join, feel free to go ahead. I'm dropping one more time. Please go ahead and feel free. And if you guys could do me a favor real quick, hit the like button on your way in. We
Like,
definitely want to go ahead and get this out. I know it's I'm new to this, but hey, we're building this community with me in it, and we're actually being lifting this community together. So let's go ahead and do that. So do me a favor, share, like, subscribe. I really appreciate it because right now we want to go ahead and get more people into the conversation, and I feel like we need it. It's Therapy Friday. That's what it is at this point. Well, you know what they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but at this point, my
Uh,
gosh.
I mean,
It was
talking about needing. I mean, what else is needed? Like, what is it that has to put us to be competitive in this free agent market right now? I mean, are we just waiting to do something, or are we just going in the draft? And if so, what are we waiting for in the draft? What is our need?
well, Cap, I mean, I
we
feel
still
like
got holes.
it's not even, I'm not even worried about the defense, not at all. I like the defense, there's continuity. What the biggest need is the trenches. We need to stop the run offense. We need to stop it, and we need to actually get the tackles. We need to shore up that O line. That offensive line right now is horrendous. And I don't want to say horrendous because they're all rookies, and I'm the first one to say, hey, they're rookies. They need time to go ahead and develop. But I mean, we need a veteran in there. Hey, MCJB, how you doing? Welcome to the party. I appreciate you joining us. Hit the like button on your way in, guys. I really do appreciate it. This is Miss Fins. You are in Miss Fins reporting live. So come join the show. But yes, Cap, I would have to say the offensive line is the biggest need, period. That's the biggest need whatsoever. I don't see anything else that's a bigger need than the offensive line.
I
What do
agree.
you think?
No,
Hmm.
I agree with you 100%. But I got a question for you and Kat. Before we started signing all these free agents, we had the most money, right?
Yep, by far.
Did you expect us to be spending money or spending the money how we did? Because I think we went like, to be honest, I like the guy from the Cowboys. I forgot his name. The wide receiver. I think he could be something special. And I don't know. It seemed like a lot of this stuff was from the bargain, like bargain bin, as always. It's like,
Wilson, talking about
yeah,
Wilson?
Wilson, yeah. Because I mean, my cousin, a Cowboy fan, he watched them religiously. He like, yeah, y'all got a stud right there.
Oh well, thank God, man. You just told me because at this point, I've been
He
so
told me
depressed.
Collins a bum too. He
I
told me
haven't even.
Collins is a bum too, Miss Man.
He's good.
The guy, no, he said Leo. I think his name Leo Collins. He
Yeah,
said he's a
Leo.
bum.
He's
He
not
told me
good.
he's a bum. Nah, he said he's a
Oh,
bum.
everybody's trying to sell us Lyle. I don't even know why, but they're trying to sell us Lyle. So at this point, what are we doing here,
it's the
people?
love fest, being that he was in the draft and we had a chance to get him in the draft too, and they figure that
We can get
he's
him
That's what
now.
still.
you think, Cat?
Well, I mean, he was there for the taking. I mean, we just didn't go after him, which was kind of weird because at the time, he was going through a lot of crap legally, and it dropped his value in the draft. But I mean, I
Cap,
thought he was suitable.
you know how many people we had in the draft who could have got Cap? I know you know.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Mm, yeah.
I'm still the one that I like Jordan Phillips. I mean,
Sure.
I mean,
Jalen, you mean?
I'm sorry, yeah,
Jalen Phillips?
Phillips.
Jalen,
Yeah, I figured. I figured.
I like Jalen
yeah.
Phillips, but I just felt like we could at least try to do something with Najee and Javante.
But the thing is, I still don't agree with getting a running back in the first round. It's just they don't pan out. I don't even remember the last one I did that was a first round pick. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the thing is, there's just so many more players you can get in that position, maybe in late
Like,
second, third, that they're still gonna be serviceable. And right now for us, we're not a what do you call it? Um
a contender.
well, that is for sure. Hey, Color,
Yeah.
welcome to the party, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Hey, Cap,
Second
Color,
could I
prime.
ask you something real quick, Cap? Cap, since
yo,
I jumped in a little late, Cap. Color, I want to ask you this for you too, Color. How did y'all react when y'all first heard the Deshaun Watson news, man? And did y'all see what Cleveland gave up to get him? That's less than what we got, what we was giving them.
Yeah, that what it
That's
told me was it
crazy.
was always about money, and we could have just thrown $46 million a year at him, guaranteed. But
Um,
I know what the scoop is. We all know what the scoop is. We just heard it. It's going to be denied. But the fact of it is, Chris Greer's indecisive language is what caused Deshaun Watson to get off of the Miami Dolphins, and we all know it. They can spin it any way they want, But I mean, it's water under the bridge now. Hopefully, it's water after the bridge
Right?
with a teddy bear in front of it. But whatever,
Oh,
I mean, I wasn't shocked because obviously I was already prepared for the fact that we were gonna bungle this whole thing, but I was kind of surprised that Cleveland was able to somehow get a door to open. I mean, I didn't realize they knew the secret to opening doors.
I thought they were out of it. That's why I was
I
shocked.
did
I'm
too,
like,
Miss Fans, me
what?
too, because they said
bro,
that he
Well,
wasn't
they're
because
going
not.
they
to Cleveland anymore.
explicitly said they were. It's not as if the reporters were just reporting rumors. This was explicitly from Deshaun's people. They're out of the, like as if he was basically saying no to them. So, I mean, that obviously anybody can say what they want because they want to keep things secret. But, on the other token, when we've sat there and said that for a month and been called loons for thinking that,
Bro, that man has Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, David Njoku, Amari Cooper,
Amari Cooper,
and
Miles Garrett,
the defense is
So
sick
here's a
too.
case
Miles
where,
Garrett, yes,
yeah,
defense
and
is
this
set.
is the interesting thing because uh, when you talk about getting weapons for people, was that not enough for Baker Mayfield?
Oh yeah, that was enough of Baker.
Well, I mean, are we going to put all that in front? I mean, obviously, the argument is going to just go right to whether Baker is better than Tua or not, but let's say they're equal. You know what I mean? Let's say Tua is even a little better than Baker.
But Baker do throw deep though, Color.
Well, I get that, but what I'm saying is all those weapons didn't make one bit of difference to Baker and whether he was going to be better or not.
True.
So somehow all these people can say, well, in that case, it's the quarterback that's trash and the rest of the team just needs Deshaun Watson. But in our case, where we go 9-8, 10-6, we're not just a quarterback away.
Hey, I feel bad now, man. All those and there were good commercials, man. I liked them, but now I mean, how he gonna go back inside the stadium now? He got the key.
Yeah, those didn't age well, did they?
No, yeah, he's gonna have to make new commercials. You know
Well,
what's so
it's
funny?
like Big E said on Twitter. He said, we are going to be highly disappointed if Progressive Insurance doesn't do the how easy it is to move your insurance commercial.
Golly, man.
You know,
I
it's,
can't.
they
Do you
they were
understand?
and they were
Do you understand?
speculating about where Baker was going to go. So I chimed in and I was like, "Well, we'll take him down here in Miami, but he's not going to live in our stadium."
Oh.
It's going to be what? It's going to be
Exactly.
Pittsburgh. If you guys still think Pittsburgh's going to be Pittsburgh, so be it. But Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and now Cleveland. That's one division. And then you got the AFC West with basically all four teams being competitive now as well. So that's 7 in total right there off the rip. Like,
And to be
how,
optimistic, Cap, you make a good point there, because to be optimistic, both of these divisions could literally cannibalize each other.
correct.
And
Mhm.
the mediocre teams could be the ones left on top this year.
Yeah, that's another way of seeing it too. So that's something that we better hope and pray they just devour each other. And
The problem is they're all going to use us as their get right week all
Hi
season
guys.
long.
Hi everybody.
Hey,
I have a question for all three of you.
You're
This
muted,
isn't
Miss
honest
Vince.
thing. I asked other people, but do you guys, in terms of analyzing the ownership and the front office, do you for the failures in the draft and free agency the past 20 years, is it stupidity, or incompetence, or a combination of both?
Anthony's
Or-
heated too, man.
Or
God.
we're just too feeble-minded to understand Greer's master plan, I guess. I don't know at this point.
How you feel? How you feel about the trade, Ant?
What trade?
I mean, not the trade. Sorry, the pickup by the Browns.
Oh my God! Honestly, Greer needs to go.
Greer needs to go.
Honestly,
Well, welcome, Tony. Sorry, my phone was my mic was muted, but yeah, I agree. Greer needs to go. But
so
why do
no,
you think he
but
needs
you
to
guys
go?
never answered my question. Do you guys think it's stupidity, incompetence, or a combination of both? That with the failure of the past 20 years when it comes to the draft and free
We were
agency.
scared. We were scared. All the controversy going on, in my opinion, we were scared, and we got spooked.
What's up, y'all? What's up,
How you doing,
Miss
Yeah.
Esther?
Fins?
Welcome,
What's up,
sir.
Esther?
Welcome.
What's going on, man? Everybody's not having a good day. I get it. Look,
Tell me about it.
How you
man.
feel about it, man?
First of all, I gotta say thank you to Joe Lee for having this panel and giving
You're
us an
welcome.
opportunity to talk about this. So I'm not trying. Hey, I'll come in whenever somebody else is done because I know I cut somebody off. Go ahead, Anthony.
Oh, so no, Esther, I want your answer to the question I just asked. Is it a combination of both, or in terms of the failures
uh,
the past 20 years, is it incompetence, stupidity, or a combination of both?
Yeah, and bad timing
Or
and
lack of honestly, I think it's a lack of backbone too with the front
yeah, you
office.
could say that, but see, here's the thing though. You got a businessman that's running this, and as far as the NFL circles that he's working with, this just shows that he's not tied in the way he should be through Greer. And so they have a lack of execution when it comes to sealing the deal now. And it's official.
And you
That's
know what
basically what
pisses
it
me
boils
off,
down to.
Esther and Cap? I asked this same question to O, and he just completely glossed over what I was asking. He's experienced championship teams and at least playoff bursts and stuff like that as a fan. I haven't. That's why I asked that question. And he's like, "You're living in the past." I'm like, "Dude, the past for me is mediocrity. What are you talking about?"
Yeah. I just want to say one
Let me
thing though, bro. I get it why he can't answer the question, but
welcome MCNG. Sorry, Esther, real
hey,
quick.
AMC, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Estefan? What's going on, guys? How we doing?
Look,
FTIGB.
What's up, MC?
I got to make this point real quick before I
Mhm.
forget. All right, and then I'll have to jump off. But thank you for having me on, Jolie. Look,
Of course.
I think what it boils down to, and this, of course, this is just my opinion. Is just these guys don't recognize when they have an opportunity when to pull the trigger. You have to know you're basically playing percentages. You know what I mean? What's the probability of pulling? You know how to execute? What's the probability of pulling off this trade? You know what I mean? And knowing they don't know how or when to pull it off. That's their
Overthinking
problem.
the board.
Look at
Overthinking.
what's going on now. And I've been telling the people in my little small circles, they're not, it's not a whole lot of people, but I've been saying we're going to miss out on key positions like middle linebacker and tackle, and they're going to have to
Exactly.
address it. They're going to have to do it in the draft. They've shot themselves in the foot so many times leading up until now, even with the stuff that's happened with Flores. That's part of the reason guys don't want to. I've been saying the whole time, like everybody's talking about what these picks are going to be for next year. Well, we could look what they can do. We can do in free agency. I thought everybody was just looking past all of the vomit and just total, just it's just unorganized office that we have. It's become, they might have looked like they had things tidy, but it's disorganized now. So somebody has to go. You got to clear that up. So that's all I want to say. Shout out to everybody on this panel. People in the comments, hit the like button. Support Jolie. Jolie, I'm sorry I talk so much, but thanks for having me on.
No, I love it. Listen,
Thanks,
hey,
Esther.
you're
All right,
one of the
Esther.
first one. I appreciate you, Esther, and come back. Obviously, I'm gonna keep doing some more, but I appreciate you coming to my first official one because the other one, man, I was muted the whole time. So, but thank
I
you.
didn't know you have had one, so I'm glad
I
I
was
was
literally.
able to get on this one. Hey man, I missed out on colors. I was waiting around for that one, but hey, I'll get on colors one of these days. Y'all have a good one. Hey, regardless, y'all, we still got the savior Teddy Bridgewater, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Ready for
Oh,
Teddy,
geez.
right?
Get
Don't
Ready
them
let
for
the
get
Teddy.
them
Dolphins hear
Teddy
you say that,
jerseys
Esther.
ready. Hey, I'm telling y'all right now though, look, the silver lining for me is I've been watching, a lot of his tape, and I like what I see for the most part. I think he's going to give us maybe 5 yards more on average, air yards. But hey, it's what I'll take it. You know what I mean? So we got
Hmm.
that backup plan, and there's always the possibility we never know. Tua might actually work out. I'm not. If I'm betting on it, I don't think it's going to happen. But
Hey,
we'll
as long
see.
as those five extra air yards are a first down on third down, we'll be just fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on.
Miss Fins, your last
Go
There
ahead.
stream,
you
did
go.
you expect us to read your lips the whole time?
Apparently, because my goodness, let me tell you, man, I was trying to figure it out because okay, you guys know it's a new channel, and I'm here trying to figure out what's going on. And then when it happens to be, and I try to click it, you guys can't hear me, and I'm like, what? Hey, Monty, welcome. I was like, this is unreal. They literally can't hear me. My first live, and I was thank God it lasted like 3 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4 Fs. I know I have you in the back room, but I have the free version, so I can only have a few people. But let me go around the room real quick, and let me reset real quick, guys. Thank you for coming in. Please hit the like button. It is Miss Vince. Thank you so much for joining me today. I feel like we needed this therapy session, so go ahead and subscribe. I do appreciate it. I have great
Hey,
videos. I'm
You,
breaking news. So go ahead and like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube as well. Go ahead, Cap.
you got him in the backs too?
Who? Monty
No,
or F?
1, 2, 3.
No,
Yeah.
am I
Pep.
here? You guys hear
Peps.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Tony. Yeah, F's is here.
Let me jump off then.
Okay, do you want me to go ahead and then I'll once
Yeah,
he
yeah,
jumps
yeah.
off, I'll go ahead and bring him in. Thank you so much, Cap.
You
But
got
real
it, guys.
quick, NCMG, thank you so much for joining us. Talk to me. How do you feel?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you, sir.
Wait, hold on. I'm dozing now. I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I say, how are you feeling? What's your, how are you taking all this news? It's tough, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
talk to me. How do you feel so far?
Well, I'm a little upset we got rid of Mac Hollins. That kind of hurt me a little bit.
Right?
Um, that's really the only news I saw. Is there anything else was I supposed to look at?
Well, no, I mean, the fact that Deshaun is gone. I mean, that's what we're
Oh yeah,
doing. We're in
that
therapy session. What did you think about the Browns? Like the
I
Browns
I thought
people.
I thought he would be going to Atlanta more than the Browns. But when I saw the Browns, I was just shocked. I was like, why does he want to go to Cleveland?
Cleveland, there's literally nothing in Cleveland.
Nothing else. He should have came to Miami.
Oh my
I
God. I
thought he,
mean,
Should
I
I throw
thought,
something
I
out
thought
there
he,
on that
I
as an
thought he
idea?
ruled out Cleveland.
that's what I thought too, but apparently he didn't.
Yeah, I saw
He
that.
Well, they
go
know,
back.
no, Mountie, they know how to open doors in Cleveland.
They know how to forgive.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
what you trying to tell us, Color?
Well, I was gonna say real quick before everybody starts coming at me about the door thing tonight. I just want to put out there that yeah, the door was closed with Cleveland too. So obviously somebody knows the function of a door in Cleveland.
Oh
But
my.
I also want to say that when this is what happens when Greer likes to use language like that instead of just being clear and honest with people. And I think
For
it's
real.
it's pretty sad that you come out and say something like that, and it could be that what the very thing that stopped the man from giving us a call. But I do want to point out to those people that may come at me about the door. Now we know why he used that verbiage, don't we?
Because he never thought that he was
So,
coming
so what?
anyway.
So what I'm wondering is, are we going to go back at Greer now because he is off of Tua, and it's blatantly obvious that he's off of Tua?
So you
Because if
telling
he was,
me
on with Tua, and we weren't flirting with Watson again, then um, he would have been able to say decisively, Deshaun Watson will never be a Miami Dolphin. And also, I want to point out to people about Teddy Bridgewater. Don't
hmm
forget, when we were courting every quarterback we could after Tua's first year because we knew what we had. One of those people was Teddy Bridgewater. So for those that think he was brought in here to be a backup, that wasn't what we were going to bring him in here before for. So, and secondly, lastly, I'd say, um, if anybody could pull up the Miami Dolphins depth chart to tell me who QB1 is right now, I'd love to see it. Go ahead and try.
wait, you're telling me that he doesn't even show up as QB1?
They have taken down the depth chart for right now.
Do you
About
think it could
I don't
possibly
know
be
when they
because
took it
it's
down, but I checked it. I checked it at the start of this week, and it was already a dead page. No,
Is it
no
possibly
page to be
that
found.
ESPN has it up right now. Tua first, Teddy second, Chris.
So they must have saw my tweet this afternoon, and they must have been embarrassed by it and put it
Chris
back up.
Streveler third.
So
Yeah,
you're
that.
telling me that's
Let
what
me
we're
let me
dealing
let me
with?
check that because I just took the screenshot, the clip from it, not 2 hours ago.
What's
My
Let's
up, Ed?
see.
God. Well, listen. This
No,
at
it
this
still
point.
says page cannot be found. When I go to the Miami Dolphins website and I click depth chart, it
I'm
says the
on
page cannot
ESPN.
be
Maybe
found.
I don't know. Maybe that's different. Maybe that's why.
That's kind of.
You may be looking at the roster list. That's different from the depth chart.
No, I'm looking at the depth chart. Miami
Okay.
Dolphins depth chart.
Well, go to their website. I'm not saying
Yeah.
ESPN's wrong. I'm just saying go to the Dolphins website.
So let me go in real quick because I gotta ask
There's
the
no
panel.
argument here. The website, it's not on the website.
Yeah, their website. It's something's wrong. I don't know. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
weird.
it's the Dolphins website, not ESPN. I don't know who ESPN is. You know
No,
what I mean?
I agree with you. That was the first thing. I don't know why I went to ESPN.
So let me get in here real quick. Monty, tell me how do you feel about all of this? Because I know that you're coming in, and I see you 1, 2, 3, 4 apps. I want to hear from both of you, with the whole Deshaun and everything, and how we handled it or didn't handle it.
Are
Monty,
you
you there?
talking to
You know
me,
what?
Jolie, or
I
you're talking to him?
I
Okay, sorry.
I think, to be honest with you, I think I think what no one is really talking about is kind of like the taboo subject at this point. When Greer said the door was shut with uh, Deshaun Watson, I think a lot of that has to do with what's going on with our team right now. Anybody know? Or actually, not just our team, but
We
our
don't know.
owner.
Oh, because he's
He's
dealing with
being
the
sued.
whole. Are you kidding me? They get sued all
He's
the time.
being sued. He's well. This is a very public. This is a very publicized lawsuit, and then it's coming from your former coach, who's a man of color. Now, I think, in my humblest opinion, I just feel that why would Deshaun leave a dysfunctional situation where he was in Houston and knowingly come to another team where an owner could be potentially corrupt, brazenly corrupt. So
I'm thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to step away from that. If I was Deshaun, I would kind of step away from that as well.
Sure.
Especially if he's hearing things backstage that, hey, look, yo, Ross is a clown, man. Leave this guy alone.
Well, I
That's
mean,
just my thing.
Deshaun Watson was falsely accused of something, so Stephen Ross could be in the same boat. I mean, I think Deshaun would realize that better than anybody.
Yeah,
But
that
see,
should
but the
be.
thing is, yeah, you're right, and you're right. But see, I just it's just strange for Flo to make a false accusation on that magnitude that he was told to tank and to risk his livelihood like that. I just don't feel it though that's got to have some truth to it. That's got to have your mind thinking. And
Well,
about the yacht
I don't know.
incident,
Hugh Jackson said the same thing. So what? I don't get what I don't. Yeah, I'm confused.
I just feel that it's too much uncertainty for Deshaun Watson to even
No, I get
kind
what
of give that
Monty's saying.
I think
indication.
It's more.
it's Chris Greer just Chris Greer, man. He's a grocery store manager basically. He he doesn't know how to get it done. I mean, he doesn't know how to put paper to pen. He doesn't know how to talk to people. He doesn't know how to.
Yep.
I mean, it's the
He doesn't
one
know how
play
to dress.
one playoff appearance in 6 years,
Well,
I
well,
believe, in
well, well. What it is,
2006.
I think what I don't understand is, you got Mike McDaniel gives Tua this sudden this sudden burst of affirmation. I'm going to coach the greatness out of you. Not even having seen him play or watch any film
My
on him to
God.
see
I'm sure he watched
what we
film.
have in this guy. You want to give him, you want to affirm him already. And then I really appreciated with Daryl Bevel when a beat writer tried to come at him about Tua. He's like, well, give me a minute. Let me see him on the field. Let me watch some film. Let me see how he throws the ball, and then we'll move from there. But you
Exactly,
got
which is
McDaniel's
precisely
like,
what
oh yeah,
Ross
well
said
we
the
can.
coach, and that's precisely what Ross said the coach would have the power to do. That's why I point out the depth chart right now.
Yeah, that is weird.
Hey,
I'm looking.
Michelle.
I've
Thank you
refreshed it
for.
like 5 times, color. That's weird.
Also, I want to say about that real quick. I
Go
don't want
ahead.
my point to be about Teddy to be misconstrued to think that I think Teddy's gonna, whether he beats out Tua in training camp or not, whether I think he's gonna be the starter. I would just hope that Mike McDaniel has looked at the past track record of our coaches and realized that his trigger finger needs to be a little looser when it comes to putting somebody on the bench if it doesn't work out.
And that's
Well,
the issue.
Like if
That's
we're
the
one
issue
if
right
we're
there.
1-2, I'm benching Tua. I'm not going to this 1-4 or 1-5 crap just to try to recover his season.
Amen.
if we don't do a couple more things in
Amen.
free agency, we might as well
I
just
might
chop the
bench him at 1-1 depending on how his performance looked.
we might as well just chop the season up completely, anyways. If we
No, no color. I got to one up you on that one, dude. Hey, we need to see what OTA training camp looks like,
Of
because if
course.
Tua, if it's looking like if he's an airhead and he can't pick up the playbook, guess what?
Well,
Sit
I
back and let
agreed.
a
Agreed.
pro
I'm not
show you
right.
how to
Don't
pick up a
don't don't
playbook.
think for a second that I don't think that it could be so bad that they do end up starting Teddy out of training camp. You know what I mean? But I think that the prevailing winds are, we're gonna let Tua fail one more time in
Yeah,
their heads.
I don't think so either.
aside from injury, I believe Tua will start.
Oh no, I actually don't. What I want to give. I mean, think about it this
Well,
way, guys.
okay, real quick,
Last.
Tyler McCain says McDaniel ain't benching Tua. Well, that's his mistake if Tua is failing. What can
Well,
I say?
That's a,
I can see what
that,
Tyler's saying
that's
because if
bad.
you
That's
think
bad
about it,
leadership.
Yeah,
well,
but it's
no, it's not
it's
just
probably
that.
true. He's probably right, but it's a mistake.
It
You
is a
know.
mistake, but this is the thing. He already came out and pretty much told them, I can unlock Tua. If you're here telling me you can unlock Tua and then you don't unlock him, you're just going to prove it by benching him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he's going
Yep.
to try to save face and try to ride Tua. And at this point, we're going to have to go ahead and make sure that we do what's best for the team. Now, we just have to reassess and make sure that we use the team as efficiently as possible. But let's be honest, people, it is very much possible that he can be benched, but I don't think he will. I really do think this, or at least I don't want to say I'm hoping, but my gosh, the
It's going to
outcome
take
that I
him.
want for, he has to do it.
He's
Tua
going to
has
have
to
to
take
play
the reins.
really bad for the fans to start
That's
screaming Teddy.
I agree. I agree 100%. And you know what? I don't want to I want to be able to prove people wrong in this sense. And hear me out, guys. I want to be able to give Tua the entire season, all 17 games. So that way nobody can say we did not give him a chance. You know what I mean? And that way um when you have Tua, barring any injury, anything happens, that's the only way I want to see Teddy on the field. Because I want to make sure that once they really take that last evaluation, they're able to say, okay, we're going to move forward with him or not. And that's the way I see
I
it.
don't disagree with you, Miss Finns. If I could offer just a little bit of concern on that
Go ahead.
idea, um, the more games that Tua plays, let's say if he's not changing, the more games he plays, that's more film for everybody to say so and so is the reason besides Tua that it didn't work out.
You know what?
You
And
see what I'm saying? Like if we're at game 17
golly.
and the question is still out there, that's 17 games that they can go and nitpick every single offensive lineman and every single defensive play and whatever else, you know. So I'm just pointing
Every
that out.
single one.
You know, that's concerning a little bit, but
Well, if you think about it, the way that they're doing in this off season, at this point they're already sending themselves for that. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, well, they've obviously they've made their bid, and that's why I think Tua will start, barring any major disaster. Not talking about injury, but barring any major failure in training camp, where it's
Hmm.
like, you know, where the
Got
owner's telling him
me.
to start
Well,
somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
color Epps and
Mountie.
Joe Joe and Mounty. What scares me about this offense, I fear that I understand every offense is catered to the quarterback you have, but I fear that McDaniel is going to cater it to the extreme to cover up all the flaws that Tua has and stuff like that. That's what scares me about this offense. That I understand that's the point. That's what he's trying to do. But if you're going to unlock the quarterback, what's the point of doing that then? Like, if you want to unlock the quarterback, why cover up an offense, use an offense to cover up all the flaws he has? That makes no sense to me.
Good point, Tony. I think that's what Greer is precisely what Greer has been saying the last week, and
Hmm.
certain people in our
Gosh.
fan base are not too happy with that right now, as we can see. The dragging of Greer started before we found out about Watson. They've been dragging him since last night because of the lack of moves in free agency, which I warned everybody about repeatedly on my show for the last 2 months. That we're not going to bring in 5 offensive line specialists and then go get a bunch of veterans that don't need that type of coaching. It's just, you know, it's right in front of our face what Greer's trying to do. He's basically saying uh, the Tuaniers have a point, okay, whether we agree that they do or not. Greer obviously agrees with that. But Greer is also saying, wait a minute, Tuaniers, pump the brakes. You can't blame 52 other guys constantly. So let's just see where we're at. Let's change out the coaching. Let's pepper in a few other people, even if they're sideways moves. You know, maybe there was personality issues. And let's see just what we can get out of all of the 53 young people we got on our team. And he's basically making a very cynical move to say, look, he's giving the Tuaniers what they're asking for, basically. You want it? You got it.
So you're saying
You've
that
been
we're
you've
he's
been out there
catering
you've
to
been out
one
there
fan base.
mobbing everybody who disagrees with you. So I'm going to give you exactly what you want. I've been saying it for the last 3 weeks. Everything is right out in front for Tua to take. It is all up to him. If Tua changes
Well, you know what, Color? I get where you're coming from, but
into existence, none of the coaches are going to be able to do it for him. You know?
it sounds like what he's doing is catering to one part of the fan base and not everybody. And look, Michelle, I'm with you. Are we really keeping Jesse Davis? I mean, can we maybe move him? Is this for real? Because I saw a video and I had to go back into the games. That man was a turnstile. And I'm just trying to think, What are we doing where we still have JC David in this team and we're really not going against another tackle or getting someone else? Zero big signing. I feel like we're in what's that the Bermuda Triangle? You know what I mean? We're just stuck
Twilight
in
Zone.
the
Twilight
Twilight Zone.
Zone.
Thank
I
you.
just I just think I think a lot of it. I think it's got a lot to do with this new offensive line coach, the offensive line personnel behind McDaniels. I think they made a lot of Jesse Davis and Austin Jackson's failure is due to coaching,
You
teaching,
think you cannot
understanding.
bet your entire season on a guy from college that's not proven anything in the NFL to coach up Austin Jackson and these guys. You can't bet on that. That's crazy.
But Epps, don't forget you have a lot of not just the guy, not just Applebaum, but the
I
running
know
backs.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, you cannot bet your season on these guys supposedly being able to be coached up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it just is what it is. Maybe Austin Jackson just sucks.
Or maybe
And the
Tua
little,
just sucks.
Well, everybody knows.
I
I'm
know
gonna.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Miss Fins, I had to come on your first panel. I can only stay for a little bit longer because my girl's coming home from work. But I had to
no,
come
I
on your first
appreciate
panel, and everybody knows my take on Tua. There's nothing to unlock. He sucks. What I believe will happen is Teddy will beat him in training camp, but Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel will push Tua. We'll lose the locker room because the players will realize they're not getting the best chance to win. And this is just going to be a
that's
revolving door.
awful.
What's going on with this organization has been going on with this organization again and again. And now it's even worse because now we're doing everything to revolve around one guy. Let's make Tua happy. Let's Tua. Like you saw all that Twitter beef and everything because somebody called out
Exactly.
Tua's trainer or something. I saw that video of the trainer. There was no zip on any of those balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everything's Tua.
But
If
that's
you
but
attack Tua, you are just scald. You're just this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Nobody will take any criticism of Tua. Like you see, I mean, Alex is one of my best friends. You can't tell him nothing. I have his phone number. I talk to him all the time. Alex actually believes that Tua is going to save this franchise and become a Hall of Famer.
I
He
hope
believes
he's
it.
right. I really hope he is because at this point
Well, I hope I'm going to become a millionaire in the next couple of weeks, Jolie, but I'm probably still going to be scraping coins out of my couch.
I get it, man. And look, I mean, right here, this tells you everything. This is exactly what just to go back to this one. Malik said basically Gears giving the Tuneers what they want and say to them, I'm giving you what you want. It better work.
All that's
So
going to
does
happen.
this save him? Does this save Greer?
No, Chris.
No,
Greer,
it doesn't.
Once our season, I predict that we're going to have a 4-5 win season. Looking at our schedule, looking at the AFC,
Are you serious?
it doesn't look good for us at all. No, I don't think it's going to be good. I don't have any faith at all in what's going on. Jesse Davis still being on the team is for one thing. I mean, there's 100 different things that I could just name.
Well, he's got to be unlocked. You got to give him the opportunity. You have to give him the opportunity.
If we're relying on everything in the draft, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, the 2020 draft, Greer completely ruined.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a great draft. He had a great draft last year, and everybody wants to crown him as this Hall of Fame GM, but he's not. He's had not one winning season, or I think what has he been? Not one playoff appearance since 2006.
Yeah.
What was it? I mean,
or 2000. I forgot 2000 something.
He's had the most cap space. He's done. He's his ineptitude to build an offensive line.
Yeah, but you got to remember he wasn't the guy. Greer wasn't the guy.
Greer's been with this organization for 20 years. You have to remember that.
He has.
He knows what's going on.
But you can't really put a finger on him until he's the guy.
He knows we need an offensive line, and he has still failed to build one.
Mounty, I disagree with you. Just because he didn't have the GM title doesn't mean he wasn't controlling the team from behind the scenes.
But you or I can't put a finger on that either.
And
what do you mean
I'm
by
still
that?
not
Wait a
on this
minute.
narrative that our offensive line is not built.
But it's all conjecture.
I mean,
That's all. That's all.
Epps,
It's all
Kohler,
speculation.
you
Epps,
think that we're
with all
gonna?
due respect, Epps, I don't understand why you've been able to like agree that Tua is terrible enough that he doesn't elevate anybody, but still buy into the narrative that our offensive line is actually the worst in the league.
It may not be the worst in the league, Kohler. It might the whole thing might have to do with Tua, for all I know. But we don't have a run game either. So
Yeah, we do.
we don't. Really, we don't. We had a couple 100-yard games, but really, if you look at people who actually run the ball, we really don't have a run game. Like, you might think that, oh, that was great. Duke Johnson ran for 100 yards. That's because it's so.
He did it 3 times.
Yeah,
Epps.
because it barely ever happens. That's why you're so like, oh, we do
Okay.
have a run game.
Yeah,
really
it
don't.
doesn't ever happen,
You
which
think
means
Chase
he's
Edmonds
good
is
and the
gonna fix
guys
it?
we've been rolling with are not.
You think
That's
Chase
what I'm
Edmonds is
saying.
gonna
That's
fix
exactly
this,
what it means.
You think Chase Edmonds is going to fix this run game? You think
No,
Chase,
I don't. I don't. I think he's going to contribute just like Duke Johnson would.
Chase Edmonds is going to get hurt by week 3.
Okay, that's fair. Whatever. Bold prediction.
It's not a bold prediction.
Hey, I don't.
A bold prediction is that we're going to win 4 or 5 games, and remember that.
Well, you know what? Listen, right now I have to agree with Malik. He said McDaniel's job is on the line also because it's riding on the hope that Tua can be elite. First of all, let's be honest, people. Tua, for him to be elite, would take a lot and a miracle for him to be elite. But can he become a good quarterback, a consistent quarterback? Yes, he's going to have to put in the work. And that's the thing. I am not seeing all these little clips on YouTube by his team. I'm sorry, that's not what I want to see. I want to be able to see that when he stepped on week 1 or the 3rd week in preseason, that he's actually showing a progression where he's showing that arm is getting strength, where he looks as strong as he is in the first game of the season versus the last game, because towards the last quarter of the season he looks tired, like his arm doesn't have the strength to continue.
Well, that's going to be that's
and
science.
that's an issue.
That's science because you're never going to be as
Hey,
strong.
Miss Finn.
Go ahead, Monty.
Hey, Miss Finn. Well, this actually goes to the whole board. I've been in Hawaii for 22 years. Okay, I know Tua. I know his brother. I know his mom and dad. I've found this kid since he was 8 years old. Okay,
Oh my
this
gosh.
is what you guys don't know. When he was in high school, on the island of Oahu, he was. I mean, the talent. First of all, the talent pool here in Hawaii is not very robust. So if you have an above average talent, you're the shit. And now, you know, that's all you could hear when he was a freshman and started varsity. Okay, that's all you could hear, the buzz. Tua. So what did I
Because he
do?
was
I
good.
show up and watch a few games. Well, he was good here. And then when June Jones came here to coach Kapolei High School, he was the offensive coordinator for Kapolei High School. So Tua was really enamored. He was there to mentor him and coddle him to make him the best version of himself during that time. Then June Jones transferred and went to St. Louis. This is the upper echelon school in Hawaii. It's called St. Louis, a Catholic school. They're known for their football powerhouse on the island. It's Puno, St. Louis, and Kahuku. They're the 3 teams that are the powerhouse. None of these players seem to be all of that. They go, and then when they get here, and they feel as though, oh well, I want to go play college ball, they transfer to Vegas to Bishop Gorman. Bishop Gorman is, I guess, like, you know, the parochial school that puts out NFL process or college practice who have NFL aspirations, possibly. But Tua didn't do that. He went from St. Louis to Alabama. Well, when he got to Alabama, I had the scoop here, some friends here that know Tua as well, who kept a lot of contact with him. They had to dumb down the offense a little bit in Alabama.
Are you
So, and that
serious?
was with Brian Daboll. Yeah, they had to water down the offense in Alabama. So I'm like, what do you have to water down? You got all-star receivers everywhere. It's pitch and catch. But him able to digest an NFL offense has been a struggle for him. And see, this is my concern when we drafted him and drafted him that high. I said, look, Greer, first of all, they drafted him, no combine, no pro day. He didn't do QB school. I wonder why he didn't do QB school. Because he doesn't break down and analyze film well. So they wasn't going to put him out there and be an embarrassment and lower his draft value. That's what I got. That's exactly what I got. And we picked him.
There's a word for that, you know, Mountie. There's a word for a person like that, and I don't want to actually use the word. I'll let everybody decide for themselves.
Wait. So because this is my first official stream, guys, let me set some rules. Children watch this show. I have little siblings. Literally.
Oh, it is an F word, but not the one you think it is.
Oh, I was thinking something different.
Just please. We are keeping it PC because I know little kids are watching this, and I can't. Once I get big, and I get monetized, I want to make sure I still can keep it.
We'll go with the G word instead. We'll go with the G word instead.
What's the G word?
The G word. We'll go with the newspeak. We call them grifters.
So a con artist is what you're saying. So we got
a fraud.
We got conned. Oh my gosh. So you're telling me, and
I'm not saying Tua's a fraud. I'm saying the person Mountie just described to me is a fraud. It fits the definition of a fraud. That's in my opinion.
So you're telling me that what they did is they had this kid.
I'm telling you, this is firsthand information that I got.
You heard it here, guys. Breaking news.
I swear to you guys,
you're getting it from Miss Fins.
No, Miss Fins. The real breaking news is that Mountie is not going to be invited to the Thanksgiving luau this year.
Hey, can you ask to his dad?
Probably not.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. I also like to tell the truth as well.
Mountie,
and we appreciate you for that.
Can you ask to his dad why he has him throw with his less dominant hand? Because that's scientifically impossible to be able to throw better with.
I'm sure Mountie knows exactly why he's throwing.
I'm just wondering.
Well, his father, when he was 11 years old, taught him to throw with his left hand. He's naturally right-handed.
I know he is. I'm saying it's scientifically impossible to be able to be stronger with your less dominant hand. It's scientifically impossible. Why would his father do that? Do you have any insight on that, or do you have any news on that from Hawaii?
I don't. I don't.
Because it makes no sense to me. There's a reason you've never heard of it in the NFL is because it's preposterous.
And you know what? The thing is, go ahead, Mountie. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Especially when he does other things with his right hand, like golf and all the other things. So just throwing a football with your left hand, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
So I do want to tell you this, Epps, and this is, I don't know if you guys know this, but LeBron James, he actually is naturally a left-handed player, but he shoots right. And when he was asked, him, well, I shot with both, and I felt more comfortable shooting with his right, so that's why he's right-hand dominant when it comes to basketball. Everything else he does with his left hand.
Right.
So now I'm not saying that this is the case for Tua. Mountie literally just broke it, ladies and gentlemen, on Miss Fins. You heard it here. Yes, he did. Of Tua's beginning, if you will, and right now it looks like the dad just wanted him to play lefty, which to me makes no sense. It's naturally going to be the weaker arm because you're not wired that way to be able to see. You know what I mean? And actually use it in the way that your brain is accustomed to using everything else.
Exactly.
So,
and as far as I came on here about the whole Deshaun Watson. I knew we weren't getting Deshaun Watson. I knew people still had hope and everything, but I knew that wasn't happening because Chris Greer I don't know if he doesn't know how to do business, but like when you do business in the NFL, you should keep you should say as little as possible in every single press conference that you have to. Keep it as small and as little as possible because you want the door open for everything. You don't want to put out videos of Mike McDaniel calling Tua on the plane. You don't want to say, I think the door's shut on Watson. You never know what's shut. Just like Cleveland thought they didn't have a quarterback 2 days ago. Baker was going to be traded. Deshaun Watson was going to go to Atlanta. And guess what? Now they have one of the best quarterbacks in the AFC. So Chris Greer is just not a good businessman. I mean, as far as when talking goes, I mean, anybody who wears a baseball cap in his suit, I don't trust.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good look,
I
sir.
think Chris Greer. I think on the Chris Greer business wise, I think he's very, very conservative. He's not a swing for the fence type of guy. He hence the reason we got McDaniel. I mean, the guy's an unproven coordinator. I mean,
well, the reason we got McDaniel is because nobody else wanted him. We were the only team.
I mean,
literally nobody.
Exactly.
Literally
So
nobody.
So who
That's
could
so
you?
sad.
So who could you say, to McDaniel's credit, who has he developed? Who has he made better? Like who? I don't get it. And the only bright spot is not him. It's his coordinators who have a little bit more experience than him, maybe. But Darrell Bevell, I like him. I
love Darrell Bevell. Yeah, I do too.
I like Darrell Bevell.
And
I like him. I think he's going to play.
This offensive line.
I think he's going to play a pivotal role in Tua's development.
Cole, you could be right. This offensive line could be just a quarterback away from actually being able to gel.
Don't be surprised. And don't be surprised if Robert Hunt gets moved to right tackle.
Well, he played right tackle.
Well, remember, Epps, just to kind of point out that I think people underestimate. TD made a great point about this yesterday. Is that I think people underestimate how important it is for a quarterback to be able to diagnose a defense and audible his team and his offensive line in a blocking scheme that will be beneficial to the entire squad.
Exactly. That's how Peyton Manning made his living.
I'm not saying that
my brother.
Yeah, and I'm not saying we go from 32nd ranked to 10th. I'm just saying that all we needed was 22nd ranked. If we had
with good coaching,
I'm not going to put a name on it. If we had better quarterback play,
with good coaching and a QB that could, dissect defenses,
but
you could absolutely be right.
Go ahead.
That requires a quarterback who has a grasp of the game on this level, who understands how to read a defense.
I agree.
Who knows your system inside out. You got to be the smartest guy on the field at that time. The offense. First of all, and this is why I put on Tua. I'm hard on him as well. The thing is this: the offense, the center basically is the quarterback of the lineman. Okay, he's the coordinator of the lineman. He's the calls out the protections, but he only can see a limited amount of area. Okay, the quarterback has to see the whole field.
Yep.
And if Tua cannot identify what he sees to able to shift protections, change play, check into different plays, to call hot routes. I didn't even see this guy do as much as a hard count during this last season since he's been there.
Somebody with
he's so devoid of basic quarterbacking skills to where
somebody with his lack of athleticism, like Peyton Manning, has to be able to do other things. They have to be able to be a sheriff on the field like Peyton. That's where Peyton shined. That's where Tua needs to shine because Tua's not fast. He's not mobile. He's small. He's just not athletic. He has a lick athletic ability, in my opinion. I mean, those perform videos that I saw on Twitter, they had no zip on the ball whatsoever. I looked like I could have thrown the ball that hard. I'm serious, man.
I was trying to stay away from them because they try to take you down.
And see, the thing is with this.
Well, they can come at me, Miss Fans. 1, 2, 3, 4 F's on Twitter. Come at me. Just reverse it. F's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Got it.
Come at me because Miss Fans
put down videos. He's putting out videos of him throwing a football. I'm not impressed
You don't see
I'm
Patty
I'm
Mahomes doing
uninterested
that.
in
That's all I'm
seeing you
saying.
throw. I'm uninterested in seeing him throw empty passes to unguarded people. I
Exact.
want to see
Absolutely.
you 8-on-8 or 10-on-10 something. I want to see you studying film and understanding the dynamics of your offense, so you can direct others. You're the field general, whether you want to be that or not. See, there was a reason why he wasn't picked to be captain.
Well, he chose not to be
Okay.
captain either.
Oh,
He
well,
didn't
Matt
want to be
Collins
captain.
said that so for this is what I
Well,
got when it comes to that
who,
though.
but who
Mountzy, real
declined?
quick,
But who
Mountzy, give me a
declined the
second.
leadership position?
Well, give me a second real quick because this is what I got when they were doing captains. Apparently, the way they did it this past year was if you want to be considered for captain, you put your name into a hat or whatever. And allegedly, Tua didn't want to put his name in there.
That sounds
Hence
like a
why
lie.
we had Collins. I think was Fedulum a captain too. I'm not
Yeah,
sure, but
Matt
I know for sure
Collins.
Collins was definitely
But
a
that sounds like
captain.
a lie, Jolie. Because listen, what kind of in the military anywhere, a captain is earned. You don't just say, "Hey guys, guess what? We're gonna go on a, we're taking this platoon. We're gonna go on a mission. Everybody put their name in a hat. Who wants to be captain? And then guess what? We'll just whoever has the most names, we'll make him captain. That's not how things work. You have to earn it. Not to mention, to be an in-game leader, you have to want to be captain. You have to come into the room and say, "I'm the guy. I'm going to make things happen. You put that C on my shirt because I'm going to take this team to the next level." Tua has none of that. And
He
that
doesn't
is
have
the
the
problem.
moxie. Yeah. Well, the
And
thing
like
is, you
Kohler
can't
said,
teach
if I
that.
if I understood you right, Kohler, like I said, the Tuaneers are going to get what they wish for. And you know what? It's going to be really bad this season. And they're going to get what they wish for. They're going to get everything they wanted. And
We'll see how it goes at this point. But look,
exactly.
that's the sad part. Why do we have to go through all this again? And you know what, Green Rat, you've been in here, but I haven't heard from you. Are you still there? Can you hear us,
Yeah,
Green Rat?
yep, I'm still here.
Okay,
I
yeah,
jumped in
sorry.
on the Jesse Davis part and it kind of got way off track from that.
Yeah, no, listen,
Uh,
this guy wants to know, Joshua wants to know, bro, is the guy on the bottom left in jail? What's up with
Nah.
your picture?
no, I let other people go before I jump on. So
Go ahead,
no,
Green Rat.
with Jesse Davis and stuff, he's under contract and until we need some cap space, he's probably going to stay on the team till at least training camp or something. But I think once now that Watson is went to Cleveland, I think Armstead will sign and he'll set the market for, I think, a lot of the tackles and stuff. And then I heard that Collins was he wasn't going to make a decision. He was going to go ahead and go meet with teams at least once, if not twice, before he signs a deal. So I mean, there's still
If I'm
possibilities
Greer, I
out
don't
there.
let him leave the building. Sorry, Rob.
For real.
Well,
I
That's
wouldn't either.
depressing to see Mac Hollins. That's depressing to see Mac Hollins leave and Preston Williams get signed. Like that's a problem.
Well, there was also, I heard a rumor that we did offer him a contract bigger than what the Raiders did, but he didn't take it. So
Yeah,
maybe there's something behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Maybe there's
No.
there's some significance to that.
What happened was he thought he would get more touches in well, not Oakland anymore, Las Vegas, and he thought he was going to be a prime wide receiver guy with Derek Carr throwing to him, and then boom, Devontae Adams. So that
And
just
that's fair.
That
Wow.
backfired on Mac. It is.
Yeah, that
what
definitely
it is.
backfired on him. But look, guys. Go ahead.
It's mighty funny how Will Fuller sat out. He sat out 15 games with a broken finger. Really?
Well, he did have
Do we
surgery.
believe that?
We don't. I do. But I don't. I'm not saying I do believe it. I'm saying I'm not gonna. I can't tell another man how his body feels. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I cannot tell another man that his knees don't hurt. I cannot tell another man that his back doesn't hurt. If Will Fuller says that
you're right.
If Will Fuller says he couldn't play and because I've gotten to a lot of fights in my life, believe it or not, and I hurt my hand really, really bad one time where it's still to this day, I have nerve damage in it where when I make a fist, I can still feel it. So you can hurt your hand pretty bad. I'm just saying. I don't know if that's the case, but you can.
That.
You know what I'm saying? If you
Not
tear
disputing
ligaments
that.
and you hurt nerves, you can hurt your hand pretty bad. And I dealt with it. I couldn't make a fist for like maybe 4 months at one point. So and my finger was bent, basically bent like you know at a 90-degree angle for like maybe almost 6 months. So you can hurt your
Oh,
hand pretty bad.
trust me. I get it. I used to box for a little bit. I had
That's what I'm
boxing
saying. So
fractures.
you can he
My third metatarsal was fractured for
Yeah, for
a
all we
month,
know, maybe he
two
could have
months.
really been hurt. We don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not going to tell. Unless
Uh,
I have more information, I'm not going to tell another man how his body feels. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, the
Yeah.
worst part is we got many players that we don't really know, like Jared Doak. We kept protect him on the practice squad, but he's never brought up to play. The rumors about Preston Williams. Why didn't Jesse Davis ever get replaced during the year until the last game? I mean, some weird things happened, and we have no clue.
Right.
That's
Right.
why until I see Watson actually sign the contract, I ain't saying that's a
Well,
done deal either.
if you remember, Green Rat, Preston Williams was the first to tweet out when Brian Flores got fired that he was basically happy about the situation. So a lot of those
Jesse
scratches that
Davis was as well.
Preston was injured a lot, but he also had a lot of healthy scratches, I believe, as well, didn't he?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think there's just so many rumors that we don't know about,
We don't know
and
what's going on.
I don't want to say any is right and any is wrong. So I mean,
Jolie, I have to go because my girl's coming home. I saw you live, and I wanted to come and support your channel. I love what you're doing. I
Thank
love
you.
that there's a great female presence in this community, and I love the platform. Thank you for doing this, and I support Jolie. Please comment, subscribe, everything. She's awesome. Kohler, your insights always a
Thanks,
pleasure
Ed.
to hear, my
Appreciate that.
friend. And Mountie, that was very interesting to hear. I appreciate the info. And Green Rat, you guys all have a good one,
No
man.
problem,
And
brother.
Thank you so
Jolie, I'll
much.
You,
try
brother.
if I see you live, I'll try to get on.
I appreciate
Like
it.
I
Yeah, I'm
said,
gonna
You
be.
too,
don't
you
give
too,
up.
Hey,
Ed.
Brett.
Stay militant, man.
I will, buddy. And Color, man. Let's just hopefully we can weather this storm, my friend. So
Yeah, for
you guys
real,
have a
right?
good one, and Jolie, man, love you, girl.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you for coming on.
Yes,
Definitely,
ma'am.
thank you so much.
Bye
I'll see
bye.
you soon. I'll be making some more.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay, bye
You know,
bye.
they all make great points about the wide receivers and Matt Collins and all this other stuff. I just can't. I really find it hard to believe that the wide receivers in our room are buying into a 90% run heavy scheme. I mean, maybe it's because they have no choice. They're already here and they can't
They
demand
can't get
trades.
out.
I don't really know what,
Exactly.
but
He's
I
like
mean,
they're locked up or
it's
something. My
so
God.
blatantly obvious that people know what's going on here and they don't want to tie their career to it. I mean, Mac Hollins had the two big bombs from Tua last season,
The only two big bombs, if I'm not.
right?
Well, no, Preston
And
I
he
think
got
had one, if
and
I'm
he
not
got a
mistaken.
taste of that. He wants more. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to be a run around like a soccer player wide receiver for the rest of his career,
Oh, that's awful. And you
you
know the
know?
sad part is that we have the ability, we have the defense to win in the playoffs. We have special teams that will get better because obviously we know what happened. Sanders, they took away his holder, and guess what? It was never the same. But the offense was, I don't want to say it was just a quarterback away because we know it wasn't. Mostly the O line is the main thing. But if you get a couple pieces in the O line, even with Tua, you're still able to win a game at least in the playoffs. We might get ripped up in the second round, but at least we can make it and win a game. And I truly believe that. I'm not trying to blow up any smoke. I'm being honest that I truly believe that with a couple pieces we can actually make it happen in the playoffs. But the problem is, it looks like they're literally trying not to make it happen. It's like we're gonna get you guys as close as possible, and then we're gonna pull back. Like, what's going on? It makes no sense with the way that Greer is putting his team together. And you know what? At this point, I trust the process with Flores. I don't know. I'm still cautiously optimistic about trusting the process with Mickey D, with McDaniel, because we just don't know, and we have to at least give him. I want to see what happens week one. I feel like by week 5, that's when we're really gonna know how this team is. Everybody gets the kinks out by week 5. Are we gonna be 4-1, 5-0, 1-4? What are we gonna 2-3? 3-2. What are we gonna be by week 5? Because that's gonna be really, to me, the
I'm
deciding
telling
factor
you,
of
I'm telling you, Miss
of
Fins, if
what it
if
is.
we're 1-4 at game 5, I, I'm not like, I'm just not going to watch the rest of the season. I'm not going to go for another. Let's see if we can make another 9-game run. You know what I mean? Think about this. The last time
Jeez.
we got to the playoffs, we did the same exact thing. We started 1-4 that year. Tannehill got right finally after 7 years. We went on a 9-game run. He gets injured, and then Matt Moore gets destroyed in the playoffs against the Steelers. That's really what,
By Pittsburgh.
By
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but
God.
Matt Moore played really good in that game. I mean, he drove us down the field, and Brandon Albert twice let Harrison go, kind of
I'm
like a
not, I'm
Jesse
not, I'm
Davis,
not, that's
and
not
got
what I'm litigating,
blasted.
Green Rat. That's
No,
not,
I was just
again,
saying,
I love you for your irrelevance, man. You bringing it again, bro.
it's
No,
not
no. Come
irrelevant.
on, Color. Come on.
I'm kidding,
No, but
man.
he
I'm
brings a
kidding.
good. He
Green Rat
brings a
knows
good
I'm
point.
kidding with him about that.
It's 100% fact. Brandon Albert pissed me off as much as Jesse Davis did
But
that game.
we had 45 points put up on us that day. I don't.
Yeah, but
It's rough.
but when you get sacked
we were
and you get 2
outclassed, is what I
fumbles
meant to say.
when you're within the 20-yard line, I mean, and
Yeah,
then he got
but
fucking
let's be honest. We were
drilled.
outclassed every time we get in a big game, primetime game, whatever. Up until maybe the Ravens of this year, we've been outclassed, completely
Oh,
outclassed.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree. And if you think
And I
about it,
think
if
that
it wasn't
season,
for
I think
defense,
that season.
sorry, Mountie, real quick. If it wasn't for defense
No, go
scoring,
ahead.
we wouldn't have had as many points. If you really think about it, take away all the defensive plays, we would have averaged between 10 and 13 points. Tell me what team we're gonna beat scoring 10 and 13 points in our offense, because I don't know many
Not
teams that we
Buffalo.
can.
That's for
Definitely not
damn sure.
Buffalo.
Definitely not
Absolutely not.
Jacksonville.
Oh God. I can't. Or even
Uh,
you guys think about it. The Jets were beating us, and we had to come back. Can you believe that? And the Jets right now, they're getting stacked. And guess one thing that the Jets did that we didn't do? They actually made sure that they took the rookie year for Zach Thomas. And you know what? We know you're a rookie. You haven't done pro style, but we're gonna go ahead and let you get work out your kinks because we believe
oh,
in you.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson. And guess what? Right now, he is in a much better position because look at what he did the last 5 games. I think he had, if I'm not mistaken, he had like between 6 or 11 touchdowns. If I'm not, no, that sounds way too much. I think it's around 6, if I'm not mistaken, touchdowns, but 0 interceptions in those last 5 games. So he started out horrible. Worked his kinked out, actually grew throughout the entire year, and then now he's good. The Jets could jump us, to be honest. And the sad part is, guys, we have 3 under 3 year guys and quarterbacks in this division. The only veteran, if you want to call him a veteran, is Josh Allen. Everybody else is new, less than 3 years. So right now, this is the time for us to just take advantage and get to at least a second and challenge the Bills. But right now, the way it looks like they're running it back for what? Because we didn't make the playoffs, and at this point, did we elevate? I mean, I love Chase Edmond and Moser. Those are the two that I'm really happy about. But besides that, like who else are we're gonna actually say we're super excited? Oh, and Teddy Bridgewater because he's a legit backup. That's the other one. But there's really nobody else I feel like in this free agency that we brought in that's really gonna make that huge splash. And that's the part that gets me upset because are we trying to win the division or at least get to the playoffs? Because the Jets are rebuilding. I'm with you, Clementi. They are rebuilding it the right way, and it's sad because we could end up being at the end of at the we could end up being last in this division, and that's so frustrating. I don't know. What do you guys think? I
Well,
mean,
guys. Well,
tell me,
well,
Mountie.
well, guys. This is my take on all of this. I think, first of all, I think uh, Greer chose McDaniel because of one. Yeah, he can. he's shown that he can construct a pretty good running game system, and implement a system where Tua doesn't have to be sensational. He has to make a few plays. He has to have, a running back that can take the pressure off of him to where he doesn't have to make big plays. He can, he can do what he does, but keep the ball, move the chains, because they already know what they have and don't have in Tua. They already know. So we got to get a coach that can coach to his skill set. Short to intermediate passes, run the ball, and move the chains and control the clock. That's what I'm seeing in all of this.
So Mountie, I have to
Tua.
go ahead. No. Go ahead.
No, I just see Tua. The long ball offense is not really in his game per se. And then people were expecting Greer to be aggressive in free agency. I think he has been aggressive. He hasn't made any big splashes, but he's been aggressive.
And you
he's
know
getting
what?
he's getting some of McDaniel's guys that from San Francisco that is familiar with his system. And it's going to be, our offense is going to be similar to what it's been. Only thing is, we're going to run the ball a lot more.
Well, I'll tell you this. Let me add a little bit to that, Monty, and thank you for sharing that, because I agree with Tyler over here. He says, I think our objective this season is to see what Tua has. Our objective is not making the playoffs this season. First of all, that's upsetting, because that would be the third year in a row where we get close enough to not make it. And that's cruel if we're being honest, but I have to agree with what he's saying and what you're saying, Monty. This is to see what Tua has, because it looks like they're loading up for 2023, and apparently, from what I hear, there's gonna be a very huge quarterback heavy draft, like very huge quarterback ready draft. So they're giving him this year to go ahead and set it up. But if he doesn't, I guess we have options if you want to think about it, but I'm tired of rebuilding. You know what I mean? And at this point, with the way that, if you look at Greer, the way he's setting himself up, he's putting it all on the coaches. So if it doesn't work out, guess what, people? He'll stay here and get rid of the entire staff again. And I don't want that. I want a new GM. I want somebody that's gonna, try something new. Like, I don't know, give up all the draft picks, pay him $100 million a year to get an actual quarterback that's gonna be here for 10 years. And that's just me. That's just what
Well, we had a
my
chance to do it. We had a chance to do it. We didn't do it.
that's the sad part. Like, he was here, and you know what?
We had Deshaun Watson within our grasp. We didn't do it. And look, I can't really criticize the Dolphins for not doing it in November. I really can't. In all fairness, I can't. I can't criticize them because there was too many unknowns with Deshaun Watson. Too many unknowns. Just to give up everything and just to find out this guy's going to jail or he gets charged with something, and we'll really look like the laughing stock of the league. So I can't criticize them. But
real quick, Monty, the only thing I would say to that is that the criminal part of it wasn't the issue the night of the trade deadline. They were willing to make the deal if the 22 civil allegations were cleared, even with the criminal stuff hanging over his head. Now that the criminal stuff is cleared, they didn't want nothing to do with him anymore. That's what's confusing me. In other words, I agree with what you're saying, but what's confusing me is that they were fine that night without the criminal stuff being cleared.
And that makes zero sense for me.
You don't go to jail. You don't go to jail for civil issues.
Right, but what I'm saying is they wanted him to clear the civil issues the night of the trade deadline, but they were perfectly fine with the criminal stuff still hanging over his head.
So then they should have just taken him at this point. And that's the part.
Now that his criminal stuff is cleared, all of a sudden the door was shut.
That makes no sense at all. And Shake Money, welcome to the party, sir. I appreciate you joining Miss Finn. And our panel, we
Oh,
have Color, Mountie, we have Green Red. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, I just want to reset real quick. Thank you so much for joining, Miss Finch. I really do appreciate it. It's me, Miss Finch. It's my first live, so thank you so much. We're discussing how the Miami Dolphins are doing, what they haven't done, and where we see this team going. Because at this point, right now, today, it is frustrating that Deshaun Watson went to the Browns, people. The Browns. I don't get it. And it's just so sad. And Shake
You want to hear
Money,
my crazy conspiracy?
talk to me. What's your
Well,
crazy
real
You hear
quick,
my
conspiracy?
Shake.
crazy
I just
conspiracy?
wanted to finish a point real quick, Joe. Well, Miss Vince,
Yeah,
I
go
didn't
ahead.
want
No,
to
no, no, go
interrupt
ahead.
Shake Money again. I want to make sure he can get it all out. Um, to Mountie, what I was saying was that I think that the reason that the criminal stuff that they were fine with it is because they probably had their lawyers analyze the situation and they probably predicted what we saw last Friday. So I don't think they were worried about the criminal stuff hanging over his head until now, of course. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to get that out there real quick. Go ahead, Shake Money.
All right,
Go
my
ahead,
crazy
Shake.
conspiracy is you notice that the Deshaun Watson died after the trade deadline, right?
Hmm.
And that he's in Cleveland. I think all along he didn't want to play with Flores. He wanted to play with Jakeem Grant. Think about it. When he was in Miami, he wanted to play in Miami when Jakeem Grant was there. They trade Jakeem Grant. The Watson rumors died. Now he goes to Cleveland. Jakeem Grant was the answer the whole time. This is my conspiracy. Don't worry, I have an aluminum hat on if you're not seeing it. But
I see that, Shake Money, because that makes no sense, man. I mean, for Jakeem, like, absolutely not. Man, get out of here.
I was gonna, I was gonna make,
You're pulling
make
my
a
leg,
bold one
man.
too, Miss Finns. I think it
What?
may be actually more shallow than that. I
What do you
think he
think
might be.
then?
I think he might be trying to follow in the footsteps of LeBron James.
He's not even from Cleveland, so it doesn't even make sense. If he wanted to follow the steps from
no, Miami to
LeBron
Cleveland.
James, he would have made a whole like press conference and would have said, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach." That is following LeBron James. That's how you do it. Are you kidding me? Like with man going to Cleveland, there's nothing in Cleveland. A
Well,
football
but
Hall
they
of
were
Fame,
good to
Jakeem
LeBron.
Grant is
You
there.
Rock and Roll
know,
Hall of Fame.
they were real good to LeBron there. You know what I mean?
Real good. They
Jakeem
burned his
Grant is there.
jersey
That's
when
what
he
it's there.
left. Get out of here. I'm sorry. If you're a Cleveland fan, listen, welcome. You know, we love all fans, all NFL fans, but let's be real. You guys burned his jersey. So you guys have zero morals in this point. Like I don't sorry, you're not very loyal to your people, but I get it. He left, but he actually completed his whole 7 years rookie contract. So come on, give the man a break. He wanted money. But at this point, man, no, it's so frustrating because we had him at the door. He literally was already signing the documents. And all we had, okay, guys, let me put it to you this way. And I want everybody here, comment section, tell me what you think about this because this is what I was dreaming about. This year is going to be our 50th anniversary of the perfect season. So the way I saw it is look, we get Watson, we sure, and this is obviously with Flo. We get Watson. We shore up in free agency. We get a tackle, a center. Boom. We don't got to do nothing else to this team. Keep hauling, and that's it. Maybe make a one or two additions, but overall, that's all we needed. And can you imagine us winning the Super Bowl on the 50th anniversary of the perfect season? Come on, man. The book sells,
Hey,
the movie rights sells itself. The movie rights sells itself.
well,
Oh,
Yeah, but what better?
here's what I
What,
can
real
see
quick, Shake.
happening.
What better than that, Miss Finns, than to have it done with a team constructed exactly how we constructed it in '72?
oh my God. And can you imagine too us going undefeated this year,
Yeah,
also winning the
yeah,
Super Bowl? Oh
yeah.
my God.
A 1,200 yard passing season and
Oh,
a 2,900 yard rushing season.
oh, I just want to cry.
Well, the
But
good news, there is good news though.
what?
We'll be 50 years later. We'll be from 17-0 to 0-17.
Man, Shake Money, get out of here. What is it? What in the world are you? He's done. Like I can't. Like, are you kidding me?
And then they're gonna tell me I gotta put on a sundress. You know what I mean? I'm the negative
Right?
Nancy. You know
For
what I mean?
real.
Wow.
But
Shay,
what
what's
about if you
happening?
did it with Tua though? Wouldn't that just be way, way over the top?
Oh
Right?
my gosh, man. You know what? I get
Just
it, big man,
saying.
Then
but
they will be calling him Bob Greasy, man. We'll be done for.
Right?
can
Right?
you imagine that? Oh, that'd be hilarious. Hey, Alex, thank you for coming on the inaugural stream. I appreciate you, sir. Talk to me. How you feel?
I feel great.
Oh, I know
You
you
know.
feel great. So tell me the opposing view.
So here's the thing, Miss Fins and Color. Everybody that I've been on every single panel know where I stand when it comes to this whole thing. With the Watson thing. So with the details that came out with the contract that he got from Cleveland, the fact is that Cleveland is a much better team loaded with talent than we are.
Well, good.
So they were
Hope you
actually
like your Browns jersey. I'm just kidding, Alex. Go ahead.
so thanks, Color. So they were actually, to be fair, they
Oh,
were a
color.
quarterback away. They were a quarterback away from being contenders. Because keep in mind, 2 years ago in 2020, if it wasn't for a little Sorensen helmet to helmet, they would have been in the Super Bowl. You know,
Yeah.
so you think about this. So they were actually in a much better situation and than we are when it comes to getting to their path to the playoffs. That's why I've been on this train with about this whole Watson is we're not ready to compete yet. Even with Watson, we weren't ready to compete yet because
Uh,
we were
that's not
still
true,
a
man.
I'm
we were
just gonna
still
have to.
hold on,
I'm
hold on.
sorry. I'm
We were
sorry,
still
True,
Alexander.
I
I'm
just
Alex.
want
sorry. I have to
we were
stop
still a
you for
little bit
just a
away
second,
from
man. I
competing.
have to
If
stop you,
anything, we were
bro.
a playoff contender.
I
We were a
have to
playoff
Come
stop you,
contender, not a
bro.
on,
Super Bowl contender,
I'm gonna.
Alex.
not a
Alex.
I'm
Super Bowl
just gonna
contender.
throw out some quick facts real quick. Okay. And I'm gonna invoke the words of the late great Denny Green. We all know what he said. Okay. I
No, we
don't have to
don't.
say it again. Collectively,
Say,
can we all say it together?
say it for the people in
You
the back.
are what your record says you are. Okay? Right?
That was Bill
That is
Parcells, by the
true.
way.
That
We
is true.
okay, Bill Parcells,
Not Dennis
fine.
Green.
Still just as great. Okay. My point is, it's true. We were 9-8. Cleveland, in case you forgot, was 8-9 last year.
Yes, that is correct.
And now they're gonna be
Who
15
was a
and 2.
quarterback away from the playoffs again?
But it definitely wasn't us
Who
because we
was
have a
more
quarterback.
closer? Who was more in need of just one piece than between the two of us? An 8 and
Cleveland.
9
Yeah, we got
team or a 9 and
Brissett.
8 team?
9 and 8 team. 9 and 8
So
team, Alex.
so all right. This is where people
See,
screw.
you think they're better.
Tua.
You look at Cleveland's roster, top to down, and you say, "Man, this
Oh,
guy's the
they're
best.
loaded.
This guy's the best. This guy's the
They're
best. I love
loaded.
this guy. Compared to my guy, yeah, he's the best." So, as I said, go buy a Cleveland jersey, man.
No,
Color,
no, no, no,
color.
no.
Give him a minute. Give him a
First off,
minute.
first off, I would never buy a Cleveland Browns jersey because I am not a Cleveland Browns fan and never will be. Okay, I I believe in Chris Greer and I believe in this team. I
And
believe
I
that
like that.
they are
I
doing
like
the
that,
right
Alex.
thing. I believe that they are doing the right thing. I
Fair
believe
enough.
that he's being patient, and I believe he has something up his sleeve that we don't know about. You
And you
know,
know
That's
what?
fair.
so
It is fair. That is fair. I can't even knock you on that one. That's fair to say.
Hey,
yeah,
hey
But to
Alex.
say
he's
Cleveland
signing
was
all
one
this.
quarterback away and we weren't, that's not fair. I'm sorry.
That is true. But look, guys, really quickly, because I have Sharif in the back, and I want to go ahead and ask you guys this. Kim Mill has a great question. I have a question for the panel. Would love an answer. Where do y'all rank Tua among the AFC QBs? And our schedule is brutal. So many elite QBs we're going to be facing. Tua can win no shootout. So essentially, the question is, where do you rank Tua among all of the AFC QBs at this point? Where it stands? Let's do a round table. I want to start with you, Alex, first.
Right now, to be fair, he's a top 15 quarterback.
Top 15.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then what about you, Shake Money? What do you think Tua is right now? What number would you tell him?
He's top 15 on the Dolphins. No, I'm just playing. I would say he's about. No, I would say he's about top 18. But here's the thing. I just want to bring up one thing
Go ahead.
as far as being pro Tua. Um, I've never been. I'm in the middle, just like you, Jolie, Miss Fins.
Mhm.
But you got the real one thing you got to realize in the AFC West, Jimmy Garoppolo by far was the worst quarterback in that division, and they made noise. So that kind of gives me hope a little bit. But I want to
I
say I
like
would
that.
say top 15, top 16.
Okay. So are you putting him 16, 17? I mean 16, 15? Like at the end of that is what you're putting him?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay. What about you, Green Rat? Where do you place Tua right now?
Oh, somewhere around probably 7 because we're talking AFC. There's only 16 quarterbacks in the AFC, so I'm saying about mid pack of the AFC.
Okay, that's true. Well, let's go overall then. If you go overall, because I think we've been going overall. So, what would you say out of the 32? Where do you rank them?
15, 16,
Okay,
is
middle of the
about right,
road.
I think. Yeah.
What about you, Monty?
I would say he's maybe. I would say maybe 16, 17. That's about
16,
right, I guess.
17. What about you, Color?
Yeah.
25th. And I mean, I'm being fair. If I was being unfair, I would have said 33rd. You know what I mean?
Okay, at least,
Seriously,
at
25th, and I
least
have I have
you.
good logic behind it. One
Okay,
one
well,
day
you know
I'll,
what? At least you're fair, and that's what you feel is what you have. So, hey, listen,
currently, of
guys.
course. That
Currently,
doesn't
of
mean I
course.
don't think he couldn't rise in the ranks. You
Of
know,
course, true, true, true. Well, I appreciate that, gentlemen. And right now, guys, I just want to go ahead and reset real quick. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just getting in here, this is Miss Finch. I want to go ahead and I want to do final thoughts because I know it's Friday and people, have things to do. But before I do have Sharif. I'm gonna bring you on board, Sharif. But before I let you guys go, I just want to say this. Thank you so much for joining me in my inaugural stream. I really do appreciate it. It actually worked, so I'm very happy about that. And if you guys could do me a favor, everybody, it is Miss Finch. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends because it really does help out. I know that I'm growing together
Smash
with
that
you
like
guys.
button
Exactly.
and
Smash the like
subscribe
button. There you go.
and
And
subscribe.
actually, help out the channel. We want to get to 200 first, but the goal is 1,000, so we can actually do more stuff with the channel. So go ahead and subscribe for me. I really do appreciate it. But let's go final thoughts, and I'm gonna ask, before you guys say your final thoughts, I'm gonna ask a question. And then with that question, I want you to go ahead and give your final thoughts. So right now, Green Rat, let's start with you. What is your score prediction as of now, based on what we've done in free agency with this team? What do you see us in score prediction for next year? And then your final thoughts.
As far as wins and losses,
Wins and losses, yes.
I I think we might be able to get to 9, 10 wins somewhere in there. I think. But if the offense, if Tua plays better, then I think it can be bumped up a little more. And I guess I'm excited that hopefully we get some more players here before it's all said and done. And for one thing, I want to apologize to Alex from last night. He didn't really appreciate my video I had on there, so I apologize, Alex.
Oh,
Oh my God.
you were the one that did it. Oh, so I
It
was
was
the one that
raining all
noticed it.
day, so I had
It
nothing
looked
to
like somebody
do.
didn't have time on their hands.
I saw that rainbow, and I'm like, boy, I can really do something
Wait,
with this.
you're the one that made that one, Green
oh, you're
Rat. That
Yeah.
actually
was
the creator. Oh, awesome, bro.
wow, wow, Green Rat.
Green
You
rat,
had
green rat.
me
Listen,
rolling. I
hold on,
was
green rat.
crying.
I did not mean to offend. I didn't
No,
mean
I
to
wasn't
get
offended.
any
I
words
make
by
stuff like
say it
that
looks
for
like somebody
color.
that had like time on their hands, or it looks like somebody had no life. I didn't
Oh,
mean. I didn't mean that.
You you
So
can
I
probably take
apologize.
that video and make it whichever side you want and stuff. And it
I
was just
actually
for
found
fun.
myself
And
cracking up after a while. I actually found myself cracking up after a while. So,
right, so
and
Yo, you
anyhow,
killed me with that one. Green Rat, that was epic. I mean, I laughed so hard. I couldn't even see. You see my cheeks, right? They go up, and I couldn't see. I was laughing so hard. So thank you for that video, and I appreciate it. And thank you for
and,
joining Miss
right,
Finn.
and one last thing,
Go
Color. If
ahead.
I screw up your Twitter all the time, it's because I don't know how to use it.
Oh, you're all right. I don't know.
I
I hadn't
I didn't
noticed. I
know
don't
if
know how
it
to
went
use it
to you
either, so I
or
wouldn't even know if you were screwing it up.
right. I just don't know how to use it really. It's the first really I hadn't
Like,
started till
yeah, I
I
didn't
started doing
realize that
shows.
when I like early on when I really started first really getting into it, I didn't realize. I mean, I hadn't. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I was tagging people that were already following me, and it's like I can only imagine what it makes their feed look like seeing me saying the same thing 500 times.
Right. So you and
Awesome.
Chris, that's why I kind of said that. I hope I
Because I
didn't
figured, well, if
screw
they're
anything up.
following me, then Twitter's probably populating their feed with the things I'm saying. If I at them, then it's going to be like double everything I
Right.
say.
Thanks, Miss
Well, no.
Spence, for letting me come on.
Absolutely, Green Rat. And I definitely want to see you come on because I want to do some more of these. I have a lot of
take care,
plans for
man.
this
Thank
channel. It's
you,
going to be
Rat.
a lot of fun. Bye, Green Rat.
Hit the like button, guys. See ya.
Thank you so much.
Take it easy, Green Hat.
Okay, so let's do
Take care,
Monty.
Rat.
Monty, talk to me. What is your prediction, score prediction, or not score prediction, but game prediction? How many wins and losses next year? And then your final thoughts.
I think I'll give us 8-8. I'll give us 8-8,
Wait, it's 17, so it's 8 and
and I'm
9, you
giving
mean?
and so yeah, there you go, 8 and
8 and
9.
9?
I
Okay.
give us 8 and 9, and the reason I say that is because, and I'm giving McDaniel the benefit of the doubt because again, he has yet to prove himself that he can, as he says, coach the greatness out of Tua. Okay, and I have to revert to what my man says, Uncle Shay Shay say on ESPN. He said, "Dude, we gotta bring good out of Tua first
That's
before we can
hilarious.
get to great."
That is
I'm
true.
like, "Did you hear about that, Color?"
No, but I have to see it because I mean, I don't. Me and Shay Shay don't see eye to eye on a lot of politics, but man, that's funny. That had to be hilarious to see, man.
Dude, he was like, "Man, I'm gonna have to see good first before he can say great." But yes, I say 8-9, and look, I'm like TD. Time will tell. He's gonna have to show us. He's gonna have to make us believers, McDaniel and Tua. Because if not, I'm gonna be like the landlord on the first of the month, looking for my money. I'm like, look, where's our money?
For
We
real,
want
at
our
this
money
point.
back. We want a refund.
We do. I mean, at
We
this
want a
point, it's been
refund.
30 years worth of refunds. I mean, it's rough. I'm not gonna lie. But Monty, again, thank you so much for coming to the inaugural live stream. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your insight on Tua. Honestly, somebody that actually saw him grow up, saw exactly what he did and what he had to go through, and it actually reinforces what I've said to me from the way that I see it. He never had that challenge growing up in, like, middle school, high school, or even college, where now he's seen that controversy. So I'm very, very grateful for your take, sir, and thank you for coming. And I want to see you come here. Go ahead, hit the like button, guys, and thank you so much for coming, Monty. You have a great night. Okay.
All right, thanks. Hey, thanks for having me. Looking forward to being with you guys
Later,
again.
Monty. Have a good night.
Thank you. Okie dokie. So, Alex, talk to me, sir. Give me your record prediction for next year as of now, and also your final thoughts. Thoughts.
I think there's 11, the 10 to 11 win team.
10
You
to
know,
11 win. Okay.
with this team we have, and I like the signings that we made so far. I give it like an A+. As a free agency plus so far. With Cedric Wilson and Connor Williams and Chase Edmonds, stuff like that. I like it, and we just gotta. You see, here's the thing: we gotta be patient, guys. You know, we don't live in a microwave society where we could just stick it into the microwave and boom, it's done in 3 minutes. Things
Mhm.
don't. Rome was not built in a day. It takes time. You just gotta be patient and get with the program. Give us some time. Everything will be fine. Everything will work out at the end. I'm almost certain it will. I have faith in this team. I have faith in the front office. McKenzie, Allen, Greer, all of them. I have faith in them, and we will, and McDaniel as well. I believe that we have the right people in place to get where we need to go.
And you know what, Alex? I appreciate your optimism, and I just want, and I know we all get on you sometimes because you're super pro Tua, but I really have to say thank you for your perspective because I'm open to hearing all sides, all perspectives, because that's how we grow. It can't just be what
Yeah,
I think and what people that think like me think. It has to be where we can have this discussion of this is why I see what I see, and then this is why you see what you see, and kind of see where we can where we mesh up, because there are going to be things that, and you and I have agreed on a lot of things, but I appreciate that you always bring that, and I love the optimism because I'm an optimistic person. I mean, I'm a Dolphins fan. You have to be optimistic to be a fan of the Dolphins, you know what I mean? But I
Miss
appreciate
Vince,
it.
this is, and you know what? To be fair, you know, I get it that that the last couple of years it hasn't transitioned to where we want it to be. And everybody is cautiously optimistic. If if I may say that,
Hmm.
and I admit, you know, has Tua Tagovailoa lived up to the fifth overall pick? No, he has not. And I totally stand by what I say. But I think the kid can get there, and I think with the right coaching and the proper people in place, this kid can grow and this kid can get better, and this kid can take us to where we want to take it. We just got to give it time, and at the end, if it doesn't work out, then fine. We just gotta start from scratch, and get the quarterback that we need, and whether it's in the draft, or free agency, whichever, that doesn't matter. We just gotta live and learn from it, and just take it with a grain of salt.
Hey, Miss Finns, I know we're on final thoughts, so I didn't
Yeah,
want to
go
interrupt.
ahead.
Could I address Alexander
Thank
before
you.
he
Yes,
jets
please
out
go
real
ahead.
quick?
Go ahead. No worries. So go
Hey,
ahead. Go
Alex,
ahead.
you know that I think everything you talk about too, everything you're saying, I disagree with, right? And I don't have to.
Of
That goes
course.
without saying, right? But I just wanted to say that, I really wish that the people that come from the Tua circles and all that, because I know you probably mingle around those areas. You know what I mean? Um, and I just wish that they could all learn from your example of how to be respectful, polite, and
Agreed.
accept others' opinions, even though they're pretty tough on you sometimes. You know what I mean? So I want you to know that that's what we respect, and that's what is. I'm always gonna welcome people like that around me. I don't care if we always disagree about Tua. You know what I mean? So I want to say I appreciate your attitude towards everything. I think you're delusional on Tua, but you have a right to be. And you know what? That's you, and you've stuck by it, and you're a principled person. So I just wish that you could like not you personally to work towards this, but just, I wish that your example was recognized by people in that community, in those circles, and I wish that they were to follow your example. So I appreciate that, and you have a good night, man.
Thanks, Scott. I
Yes,
appreciate that.
absolutely, Alex.
It's just who I am. But I know that I may be delusional. I take that.
You've
I'll take
never
that criticism.
insulted any of us. You've never questioned our
Nope, I
intelligence.
agree.
You've never just what I mean. And
Yeah,
I don't want to get
I
too
appreciate
I don't want to get
that.
too sobby eyed, but you know how it is, man.
So,
We
man,
appreciate
but
you
hey,
everywhere we see you, and you're welcome anywhere I'm at. And I'm sure Miss
Absolutely.
Finns would agree.
I agree
But
100%, Alex.
thanks,
Thank
guys.
you and
You
keep
guys have a
coming.
great night. Have a great night. Stay blessed. Okay,
Same,
and
sir.
stay safe as well.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye bye,
You
Alex.
welcome. You too. Bye.
Awesome. So I got it down to the last four. I love it, love it, love it. Listen, I know that Shake Money and Sharice didn't get a chance to stay here, so I want to talk to them real quick. But Color, go ahead and give me your record prediction and your
Your
final
final
thought.
thoughts.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
be
be
hyperbolic like
like
crypto, and
crypto.
we got feedback. Oh, there it is. Like crypto, and I'm gonna say, hey, I expect 12 wins. I mean, I think Greer does too. Ironically, I think
I
Greer
agree.
believes. I think Greer believes in Tua mistakenly. I think Greer believes in the rest of our team, not mistakenly. And I think he actually agrees with everybody on both sides in some way. And maybe that ends up making us go nowhere. You know what I mean? Because you can't do that. If you play both sides of the fence all the time, you're going to be stuck on the fence. You know what I mean? So
That is true.
as far as that goes, but I did want to just point out now that I said what I said to Alexander, Rome was never finished. It fell before they ever finished building it. Okay. Secondly, so you're right. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was never really built before it fell. And also, yeah, we don't. Maybe we shouldn't live in a microwave society, but we do. And also to that point, even if we didn't, our ovens work a lot better than 30 years, man.
Yeah, for real. At
I'll
this
leave it on
point,
that
really
little bit of
does.
comedy. Y'all know where you can find us tonight, Miss Fins, and everybody
Absolutely.
subscribe, and share this video. Get Miss Fins up there. She deserves to be have 1,000 subscribers like everybody else. It ain't a lot of subscribers to get, and everybody's just dropping the ball if they don't hit that subscribe button. So we appreciate you, Miss Fins. You have a wonderful
Thank you,
night.
Color. Absolutely. And everybody check out Color, his channel too. Please subscribe. Color Commentary. He has great takes. And you could always find him on The Party That Never Stops on the Fish Tailgate pretty much every night. So, and I think you're on tonight too, right?
Yeah, I'll be around. I don't know what Chris has planned. I thought I was trying to get confirmation before I had to jet out as to whether, because I know that he had a show planned, an interview planned with a couple of our favorite people over it on the Fin side. I think we all know who they are, but I didn't
Hmm.
remember
I'll
if that was
confirm it
for
was for
tonight or
Sunday.
tomorrow. Oh, it was for Sunday. Okay,
Sunday.
so I'll plug that.
Okay.
So yeah, tonight will be just like probably regular Finn's tailgate around 10 o'clock. Capitan will be hosting, and also it looks we're already close to 9 o'clock, and I know that TD's been wrapped up with free agency all week and really busy. So I know everybody's show kind of got put off the burner this week.
Yeah, pretty
And so I
much.
just assumed mine was too, and neither one of us reached out tonight to each other. So I probably won't be on TD Finn's talk tonight.
Yeah,
But
but you
yeah,
can still
Finn's
find
tailgate.
Color. Diddy Fin's talk on Friday nights. I think you do 7 or 8 p.m., right? If I'm not
Yeah, well, we
mistaken.
had, again we had confirmed 8 o'clock, and that's what I did last week. But we're trying to start it anywhere from 7 to 9, basically. It just depends
Okay.
on where it lands each Friday.
And you have that voice. You have that radio voice. So
I
definitely
appreciate that, Miss Fins.
subscribe to Color. We gotta get him to 1,000 too. And this is a wonderful community. Honestly, we all share with each other. We give great takes, and I like that for the most part, we're all respectful. So
And I want to tap
definitely
you, and I
subscribe.
want to tap you for a one-on-one one night too, because I think with my voice and your congeniality, we could probably go a long way. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely, absolutely. We definitely gonna do it for sure. But Color, thank you so much for coming in my inaugural live stream. I really do appreciate
that's
it, sir.
okay. Fins up,
And
sis.
I'll see you later. Okay.
Alrighty.
Bye bye. And then there were two ladies and gentlemen here on Miss Fins. We have Shake Money and we have Sharif. Because Sharif, you having me here, I want to take a little minute. I want to get your thoughts on everything that happened today, obviously. Shake Money, you too, because you came in a little later. What talk to me about Deshaun? What do you think about him, real quick? And then from there, give me your record prediction and your final thoughts, sir.
All right. Good night, everyone. Fins up. First of all, I just want to say welcome to this community once again. And for
Thank you.
me, I have a lot of females that follow me on Twitter who are Dolphins fans. And what I would love to see one day is the opinions of female Dolphin fans. And I'm sure, Miss Finch, you are going to grow your community. And we men Dolphin fans would love to hear the perspectives from all the women Dolphins fans. And I would love to see a panel and learn from our fans who are females. Quite frankly, I think we need another voice, we need another perspective, and it's refreshing. And to be
Thank
quite
you.
honest, um, we need to see something beautiful other than seeing some of these smugly faces. So I tell you what,
Oh, thank you, thank
my
you.
take, no problem. My take on Deshaun is
Mhm.
I just think that this team they wanted to go in a direction to make themselves Super Bowl ready, but I'm okay with building with the young quarterback. I'm okay with it. When you look at the treasure trove of draft picks that they were asking us and the Browns were willing to give, no. See, I'm still one of those guys that if we had two first round draft picks and two first round draft picks in the next year,
Mhm.
I actually want to pick those players. Um,
Okay.
because that's what you told us. You told us you were going to tear it down to the studs, and then so if you trade for Deshaun Watson, then you essentially went against your growth, your building plan. So they stick to the building plan. I guess this is year three. And this is
Mhm.
me saying this is what we have to accept. This is I'm beating myself over the head with Benai Sewell and Cesar Ruiz and protecting Tua. I can't change that, but that's what I would have liked Greer to
Me
do.
too.
That said, he's banking on better O line coaching. He's banking on better you know commun communication on the O line, and I think this team is going to be more of a blocking. Uh, you know, fourth quarter, we're still going to have possession. You're going to be tired of us just running the ball down your throat, and I think it's good for the South Florida weather. So my record for the
Okay.
Dolphins, you said to give a record or a.
Yeah, record prediction. Like, what do you think based on, because you see free agency? A lot of people are
Mhm,
saying, even myself, that we're not making any big splashes. We're just getting our guys back essentially. So, and
right.
then adding maybe like one, two, three pieces here and there at most. So, what is your record prediction based on what happened in this free agency so far, at least?
Well, so far, if we bring everyone back as it is, um, I guess we kept the defense intact and we strengthened up the blocking and the scheme players to fit that scheme. So I would say 12-4. I would say 12-4 because for me, you need to upgrade. If you were a 9-10 win team, I would say 12-4, and I would say Tua runs for about 300 yards and throws for 3,000. I don't think we need withholding possession and running majority of the time. I don't think Tua is going to be the world beater that the number five pick requires. I just think he's going to be a winning football player. Um, so yeah, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Well, you know what? I appreciate you. And thank you so much, Sharif, again for coming for the inaugural Miss Finn's live. I'm very excited here. So I appreciate your take. And honestly, I agree with you. We have to give it a time. It's a wait and see at this point. So we just have to see. We have to trust this new process. And I like that take about the running, really running it down their throats to go ahead and really beat on their defense. I like that because that'll give away the pressure, will take away that pressure from Tua and actually make it where he'll be able to go ahead and not have to throw as many balls, if you will. You know what I mean? So thank you so much, Reese, for joining. I definitely want to see you more. I will be doing more lives and a lot more sessions, but thank you so much for joining me and you have yourself a great weekend, okay? See
Yes,
ya.
you take care.
Thank you. Bye bye. And Shake Money. And then there was one. Talk to me, sir. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Let me unmute you. You're muted.
Well, since I'm gonna do one on one, I might as well just show my ugly face. But anyway,
Go ahead.
as far as the Watson, I don't know if you were listening to the Larry K when I was talking to Larry K.
I went. What
I
day?
told when Larry K was on TD stream on Wednesdays right before you.
Oh, Larry K. Yes, 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 yes. Go ahead.
I've said then, this was about 2 months ago. I've come to grips with two things. Tua will be QB number one, week one, and the fact that we're not going to sign a big running back free agent. It's going to be running back by committee. And look like I'm 2 for 2 on those things. But at the end of the day, um, as much as I would have loved Watson, and I think he would have expedited you know, our greatness. It's not a one player team sport. Everybody keeps saying this is not a one player sport, but cry when they don't get that one player. It is what it is. I was upset,
True.
but I built a bridge. Now I'm over it. You know what I mean? As far as the record, I hope here's the thing: people don't give Josh Boyer the credit he deserves. As much as I love Flores, and I was upset when they fired him.
Okay.
I got to give credit where credit is due. Two things that we could say about Boyer. Number one, he's the reason why we have Nick Needham. They gave him. There's been multiple. If you look for it, he's been credited with Nick Needham, and he's also credited with moving Eric Rowe to safety. So
Okay.
he has he is very innovative as well. You know what I mean? He came from that Bill Belichick tree as he was just as long in that Bill Belichick tree as Brian Flores was. So he is indoctrinated with that defense just as much as Brian Flores was. So I think that on the defense we're good. Now on the offensive side, I think if they don't put pressure on Tua, don't make him let him be a facilitator and let the team win offense win as a team instead of trying to put it on his back. I think they're gonna do well. So I could see either I could go from a 6 win to maybe 10 or 11 wins, in my opinion.
Well, you know what, and I see where you're coming from, especially, and thank you for elaborating with that one. We do have to trust the process at the end of the day, and one thing that I did, and I know that you've heard me. I'm sure you've heard me. I've said it with Larry
Mm-hmm.
K and TD, and also Stephen D in the morning. That I'm very happy that they kept Josh Boyer and our defense because I want continuity in that. The way that I see it, it looks like McDaniel, what he wanted to do was make sure that he didn't have to worry about the defense, so he kept the staff in for the most part, and brought in some key pieces to go ahead and add to it, but then kept the players too. So I like that. Now, can we do some upgrades? I want to see a middle linebacker. I want us to get a middle linebacker, and I want a veteran to be able to go ahead and shore it up. I don't know if Bobby Wagner is off the. I'm not on Twitter right now, but I don't know if he's still available or not. But if he is, I want him because I love the fact that he's a veteran. He has what it takes to teach these other guys and coach them up too, like that player coach mindset. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would want for the defense. As far as us having 10 to 11 wins, I am with Michelle. She said that we're going to need wait, sorry, it wasn't that one. What did she say? It was we're going to need 11 wins to get to the actual playoffs this year. And look, we missed it by one 2 years ago. We missed it by one this last year, but that first year we needed 11 wins to make it, and last year we needed 10. And I think it's because the AFC was so stout. So even though the AFC got even harder, a lot of those teams are going to beat each other up. So we might not need all 11, but 10 I think might not make it either because of the teams and all the teams that we have that can go ahead and make it. So that's the only thing. And as far as us, you know, getting it out, it's tough. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie, Shake Money. It's gonna be very tough to see this
Yeah.
team, and I'm hoping that we can go ahead and trust in them to do what they need to, because I really do feel like this team right now is a one and done. You know what I mean? Like, you have this
Yeah.
1 year to make it happen, whether you do or don't. It's either we're gonna move forward and give you an extension, you know what I mean, with the coaching staff, or we're really gonna have to just gut everybody, including Greer, and make sure that we start from the bottom at this point, because I just don't see how we can continue to do the same thing and keep getting these same results, and try to see if we can get to the playoffs without making any big changes. And I haven't seen any big changes. But thank you, Shake Money. I appreciate you coming on.
I just
Obviously,
want to add
with
one
the
last thing real quick.
go ahead, go
Well, let me
ahead.
add one last thing before you
Hmm.
see the thing what people don't realize is that yes, the AFC is stacked, but it's not certain because at the end of the day, if the Bengals are good on paper, but if Joe Burrow gets uh, an injury, like my people say, chiring chirang, you know what I mean? You know, what I mean, a lot of these teams. The thing I like about what the Dolphins are doing, and I'm not being a homer. I think they're trying to make it where if one player gets injured, they could still move at the same pace. Versus a lot of these teams that are built to win, they're one or two injuries away from being a disastrous team. So that's how I feel, and I appreciate you for allowing me to say what I gotta say, man. Thank you.
Of course, and you know what? Thank you for coming. Like I said, I mean, I'm gonna be doing a lot more shows and things like that. But I appreciate you coming on and sharing it, because I love your takes. I always get to hear them, and you always support us YouTubers. So thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And like I said, you have yourself a wonderful weekend. Okay,
Thank
see you,
you.
Shake Money. And guys, there you have it. This is Miss Fins. You have reached, we have reached the end of the road. Thank you so much for everybody that came through. Between Color, Shake Money, Sharif, Green Rat, Monty. Who else do we have? We had a ton of people come out, and I really appreciate all of you guys coming. This is Miss Fins. It's my inaugural actual live stream, so I'm very happy, very excited, and you know what? I'm gonna be dropping a lot more videos and different segments, and doing actually a lot of more live shows, and different types of things that's coming through. But the goal, guys, is to raise this count. So right now, I need everybody to go to Miss Fins. I have dropped the link. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Share it with your friends, anybody that loves football, and let them know, hey, this time it's a female talking about football. So it's going to be a little bit different. It's a lot of fun. And I really want to go ahead and get everybody here, just so we can build this community. I appreciate all of you guys, Steve. Oh, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You had a well informed cast. Miss Vince. That's awesome, Steve. Thank you so much. Michelle. Oh, girl, I gotta get you up here. You gotta come up here and help me out. What one thing I will say, one of my goals is to get an all female panel. So I definitely want to see great people like you, Michelle, because you always have great takes and really quick comebacks in your comments. So definitely go ahead and come up here, and we'll work it out. But thank you guys again for joining. My name is Miss Fins. I'm very excited to be able to actually get it going, and we're gonna do bigger and better things. So let's grow the channel. The goal is 1,000. Right now we're really close to 200. If you can help me out, let's get to 200 subscriptions, so that way we can do even bigger and better stuff. Because look, you see my background, it's a flag I bought from Amazon. So let's go ahead and make it happen. But again, guys, thank you so much. One day I'm gonna hold you to it, Michelle. I'm gonna hold you to it. But thank you so much again, guys. This is Miss Fins. You're joining Miss Fins live, reporting new channel me. And thank you so much for everything. Oh, like and subscribe here on YouTube, but also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, because I do breaking news all the time. And you can find me every single week also on Titty Fins Talk. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. I do a live panel there as well. So go ahead and join me. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. And again, this is Miss Fins, home of me, because we're in my house. And I'm really happy that I got to do this. So thank you so much. And we're going to grow this channel together. And you guys have a great, great great and blessed weekend. And I can't wait to go ahead and talk to you guys soon. Keep a lookout for all the great content. And you know what? God bless everybody. Bye bye.